When we last left off, our intrepid heroes left Karania City and headed on down south towards Neverson Deep, the stronghold of the dwarves in this region. However, on their way they stopped for the night at the caravanserai of the Gold family, a group of financially inclined individuals who have taken residence here in the plains, where they oversee the major trade routes. Whilst here, the party saw a few notices that had been put up, most notably one about some adventurers being wanted regarding a burned village. Party went out there, investigated the village, found that its chapel had been reconsecrated, not desecrated, reconsecrated in the name of an unknown entity. Incensed, the party tracked down this individual to a graveyard nearby. They confirmed that,
Fuck
yep,
him up.
that's a necromancer, alright. And they stabbed the shit out of him. Then he turned into
Made him
a
pass
tiefling.
tense. He turned into a corpse, and then he turned into a tiefling.
Correct.
That's true.
That is a more accurate and literal recounting of events. The party then took the ritual book therefrom and delivered it unto the Golds, who told them, please get that out of here and take that to the Tome Knights so they can lock it up or just destroy it, please. Thank you very much. That's spoopy.
Yeah.
Let's see.
After we've plummeted secrets, of course.
We don't have the secrets of it yet. That takes downtime action.
Well, yeah.
Alternatively, you could destroy the book now and not have to worry about its horrible, corrupting, evil influence upon you.
Oh no. It's gonna corrupt me.
Well, more likely it's going to corrupt Steve and or Arlene. But I'm sure that won't be a problem. So, yeah, the
that's
party
Steve's choices, really.
has bought some stuff from Lady Falcon, the old merchant. Tori went and met a harpy. She was, however, too fat. Couldn't go. Sad. And yeah. It's like noon on this day. It is getting on towards the end of November now. Certainly past the halfway point. The weather is fair, but getting a little chilly. Sun is bright in the sky. It's looking like a beautiful day. What's the haps?
I believe.
Onward to Port Never.
Yes. Onward to Port Never.
Alright then.
I believe so.
I shall cast fleet-footed travel upon ourselves.
Mayor gets, of course, a couple more head rubs before we go.
Nice, nice.
Gets up a bye.
Gets a high five from Lady Falcon.
Ooh-cha.
Yep, Falcon will wish you luck on your endeavors in the future. And you can proceed.
Sweet.
Wonderful. Wish her luck as well.
So, with your fleet-footed travel, it is, and the fact that you guys rented some carts, it is just a day trip to Port Never, so you can just kind of manage it.
Mr. DM.
Hooray.
Yes, hello.
Mr. DM.
Yes.
I would like to point out that the moment that the Ashe casts a spell, that would trigger the hat.
Secret trigger, secret trigger.
No,
Wait, no, that's just the...
No, that's the fate bind.
Yeah, attunement. He becomes attuned
bound
to it.
I can now use that fate-bound property.
Yeah, unless the secret is just being attuned to it.
It is not. You have not triggered the secret yet. You have, however, fate bound to it, because you sure did cast a transmutation spell that affects a whole fuckload of people.
Yep.
So,
Okay,
yeah, you have
you're now fate bound.
Yep, you now have the ability to use this +2 item bonus to spell DC modal. You also, of course, just have a +1 item bonus to spell saving throws, just to saving throws in general, which is pretty nice. Hat of protection.
Mm-hmm.
Good stuff.
It's pretty good. Anything else before we move on to Port Never?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Let's find a new Ashe wife.
We actually don't know if she came
or
here
baby
or not.
mama.
We hope she did, though. That would be nice.
It could happen.
Yeah.
You never know.
It could happen.
Yeah. It's a
Yeah,
day's
let me see.
travel.
Is a day's travel all the way to the lovely seaside town of Port Never. As you arrive at the edge of the town, you can see that there's not really much agriculture to speak of out here. This is some relatively rocky, foothilly terrain. But nevertheless, there's a growing shanty town outside the meager walls of this settlement. Really just a wooden palisade protecting it from the interior of the duchy. Several hundred people are packed against the walls in tents and small thatch huts. They look at you with a mix of curiosity and apprehension, especially once they see the Centaur in your vanguard. But the guards don't give you any trouble. They let you on in without a word. Gates are open to all. And thus, into the town you go.
Good.
As the party has noted, there are a couple of notice boards up.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be nice if we see any wyvern eggs in the mountains, we can grab them.
Well, presumably we can ask if they have a location in mind, if they know of one.
Also that.
So, yeah, the town is bustling. There are a couple of quite large ships hove into port that are currently accepting large crowds of people, packing what look like all their earthly belongings onto them.
Imagine people going away for the winter or away forever to avoid the war.
They're the
If they have
colonies.
places to go to. And yeah, also to go to the new colonies.
Yeah.
Huh?
The,
Yeah.
sh- the sheer amount of people, yeah, these look like colonists rather than people just vacationing off back home. These are poor and dirty folk who probably could not afford sea passage in any other circumstance.
Well, where do you think she'd be if she was here, Ash?
I imagine in an inn or getting off the ship or something like that. I can send a message in the meanwhile in a little while, but let's just look about the town first, shall we?
Sure.
What does looking around the town look like, Ash?
Uh, Seeing about the marketplaces and the different ships, and I imagine going to try and meet this Valeithia there, see about this request of hers.
Sure. The marketplaces here are nothing to write home about. Most of the commerce through here is cargo being loaded and unloaded for distribution inland. They don't do a whole lot of selling here per se, but there are the usual splattering of artisans maintaining the town itself. A lot of shipwrights. In fact, once you start looking around, you can see that there is a quite expansive shipyard here. This is where they make the boats.
And that makes sense, given it's one of the few port towns in Crania.
And the capital is just way too crowded to really have the room for that. There's a couple of large cargo ships, almost the size of that fat bulk hauler you saw in the capital, under construction here. Both of them have been painted in the gold and black of House Carr. There are, however, several hundred smaller fishing ships moored around in various ports and docks, not just the main one here, but others surrounding the port. There is a really quite pervasive scent of fresh caught fish once you get down to the docks there.
That's at least a good sign. The fishing is still viable.
Arlene will just nod at that. Yeah, if the fish dried up, I think we'd all have starved a while ago. That's all we got going for us.
No, who joined?
That's
Right
me.
here.
Hello, I'm here.
Ah,
Hello. Don't worry, you haven't missed anything.
welcome.
We just got
Yep.
to Port Never.
Okay.
There's a
Here.
bunch of refugees outside cramming into colony ships. And also the place smells like
Yes.
fish.
Well,
Here.
that's to be expected.
We're looking around at the
Suspense fail, big
notices
fan.
while we wait for Ashe to message his baby mama. There is a notice about wyvern eggs.
Yeah,
Oh.
there's a wyvern egg notice that we could possibly hit up as we go into the mountains.
Yeah, ask about
shit,
where they
a
think,
lot then?
if they have any leads. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
yeah, you remember her.
Of course I remember an elf.
Wrong race, Hashat.
I'm sorry, you're right.
Elfo vision.
And to be fair, she is a very pretty elf.
Very pretty elf.
Oh.
So yeah, eventually your wanderings through town will take you to the Red Boar Inn, the largest establishment of its kind in town, overlooking the primary docks. Gives you a fantastic view of the smelly refugee ship, for what that's worth. A number of drunken sailors are chatting outside of it, and unlike the rest of the harbor, there is a smell of red meat cooking inside. Both
Oh.
beef and boar. And Steve, perhaps more than anyone else, will notice the hint of quite potent dwarven ale. Again, no surprise, it turns
Nice.
out the fellow running the place behind the bar is a stout dwarf, and there are probably 20 similar members of his race scattered throughout the place, like a group of miners, perhaps, come in. And sitting in the back, classic Strider pose, back against the wall, a hood drawn up over her face, is an elf with rich brown skin and quite eye-catching blue makeup.
All right. Well,
Hooray.
head to the proprietor and ask if there is a Thalathia around. We saw the request and figured we'd head to the tavern trying to find her.
Ah, you must mean Miss Valatha, the sorceress. She's right over there. I'd watch yourself around her. He pauses, looks you up and down. Lady? That one
Alright.
gives me a right uncomfortable feeling. Most folk around here have been avoiding her.
I'll make sure to keep that
Okay.
in mind.
He
Yeah.
nods and turns his back away from whatever dealings you're about to get up with her. Arlene will just sort of
Yeah.
glance at him, glance at you. You think that's just 'cause he's a dwarf and she's an elf?
I didn't want to say that, but I mean, it's possible.
She nods.
Anyway, I'll make my way over to the hooded elf then.
She is...
Can I do just some basic arcana while we go over to her too?
Sure, like detect
Just-
magic?
Yeah, just to get a sense of like if it's onto something or
Sure, yeah. Like, you can detect magic her if you want. Alright.
just succeed.
That is sufficient. Let's see. Alright. Around her at the moment, there is... She doesn't have any active magical effects on her at the moment that you can detect, But you do sense some of the equipment she's carrying on her is magical. You pick up the thunder, lightning, poison, necrotic, and curse keywords.
Goodness.
It's a lot of keywords.
Just
That's
several magic items.
understandable.
I will approach their table. Hello there. Mind if I take a seat?
The elf will glance up from beneath her hood. You may. Hear about my notice, are you?
I am.
See, you
Hoping to
came with
inquire a
quite the
little bit more
party.
about it. Yes, I have.
As you sit, she'll squint a moment past you and shake her head as if dismissing something. Well, I don't suppose you have the eggs with you, or are you here for information?
Information to start with. We were planning to head into the mountains nearby anyway.
Hmm.
So if we can find this on the way in or the way out, a little bit of extra payday.
Smart. Well, you're here at the right time. This is wyvern mating season. The females will be guarding their egg clutches right now, nice and fresh. There are wyverns all throughout the southern mountains. You shouldn't have any problem finding any old drake. But do
Good.
be careful to differentiate between the different species. There are flightless draconids up in the mountains as well, and I'm not interested in any of their eggs. Just true wyverns.
I understand. All right.
And depending on your self-confidence, you might want to either avoid or beeline to High Crown Mountain. It's the largest of the peaks. There's supposedly a matriarch wyvern there, one of the largest they've seen around in many years.
And then specifically eggs you're after. Nothing else from the wyverns?
Correct. You're free to do whatever you wish with any other bits and pieces. Although I wouldn't mind buying their venom as well, if you happen to acquire sums of it.
All right. We'll keep that in mind. You notice mentioned discounted poison resistance elixirs. How much are you looking for with those?
And then the GM opens the book to make sure he knows how much those cost to begin with. Let's see. Resistance potions are just common, actually, so...
Yeah.
She will take a box out from beneath her robe and set it on the table. Pops it open to reveal a set of 10 poison resistance potions. 40 gold a pop.
Savin, could you take us to the world map for a second?
Sure. I assume you mean the region map.
Region map, yeah, sorry. I call it world map. 'Cause
No, that's fine.
it is our world.
I am already.
I also
resistant
have
to
the
poison.
world map. That's
Yeah.
not particularly useful in most circumstances.
So when she says, like, Crown Mountain, where is she meaning that? Is
Good
it just
question,
like these
you don't
mountains
know.
down here? Oh, okay. I'm familiar with the mountain range to the south, but I've not quite heard one called a Crown Mountain. Would you mind pointing it out for me?
Of course. High Crown Mountain. It overlooks Neverson Deep. You'll find the peak right around here.
Oh, how convenient. That's close to where we're going.
Just don't say I didn't warn you. That matriarch's killed many people in her years.
Of course. We will bear that in mind should we go for the matriarch.
I'd pay a premium for her eggs, but like I said, any flying wyvern will do.
Of course. Here. I will purchase one of the poison resistance potions. You said it was 40 GP?
Yep.
Okay.
think
Good to have this on hand, just in case we do decide.
Arlene will follow suit. That sounds like a good idea.
Yeah, I think I will also purchase one just so I don't have to change my aura off of the advantage attacks one.
Is it resistance 5 for 1 vitality?
Yep.
Is that how they work?
And
Is indeed.
what's
They're
that?
the same.
And stay versus.
I don't think it
No,
does that.
not
That's
for
a different
potions.
thing. This is
That's
just
the
resistance.
resist poison spell. Or that's protection from poison.
Yep. A resistance potion just gives you damage resistance. But it does last all day.
Very well.
Mm-hmm.
Which is nice.
It is.
You must specify, like... Okay, so at higher level, that's rare.
Yes. At higher rarities, you can get more damage resistance. Indeed.
The steep jumps.
Okay. You can just jump in place. That's fine.
No, I don't. I noticed it was steep jumps. It's like common.
Yeah.
Uncommon, nothing. Rare. Very rare.
Correct.
That.
And item rarities are not necessarily linear. They're balanced around how useful they are.
Well, I believe
Yeah,
and I
well,
hope we will have good news for you in the coming days then.
Well, I hope so. The last party of adventures never came back. But I have a good feeling
Oh,
about
no.
you.
Most people tend to
well.
do.
Yeah, pretty good.
So, what happened to the last group? Did they just go to High Crown? Yes, they were very confident they could manage. Insisted they'd be back within a week.
Did they buy any of the potions?
No.
That sounds a lot like overconfident to me.
The elf will just nod slightly beneath her hood. He's like, you know what, I'll double my order.
No, it's the fact that it doesn't give me more, but so I can work together and then with the other shit that I have, make a stronger one for it later.
Maybe.
You can't like upgrade a potion after you made it.
No, but I can break it down
No.
and then use it. Can't I?
No. Like once you've baked a chicken, you can't like break down the chicken and get your, clucker walking back on 2 feet again. She has some necromancy involved. Even then.
More
Resurrection
accurately,
can
once
do that.
once you put bad seasoning on a chicken, you can't just put better seasoning on it and make it taste better. Well, You can't like remove the old seasoning.
No, just put the chicken under the faucet and wash it off. It's fine.
Okay, but then at least I have one to study, so at least know the fucking potions.
It's, you can just make resistance potions. You don't.
I'm pretty
That
sure
that
you
is a
have made.
common item, like a healing potion. You don't need
Before.
anything special going on there. Like, especially with Steve, like
Okay, then-
being as experienced as he is, like there is no way you
Yes,
don't
but-
know how to make these.
Okay, but then a question, how the fuck do you just make higher rarities?
You put more money into it and just buy
Yeah.
better ingredients. It's literally just you use the item crafting rules and it
Yeah.
shows you how to do it.
Okay, so it's just that nowadays,
Yeah.
okay?
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yeah.
it's the same thing as making like a level 2 healing potion.
Yeah. Okay, I thought I needed fucking ingredients and shit like that. It's just
I mean, you need
gold,
ingredients, but that's what the money cost of crafting the potion is.
Okay,
You
so
need to
no,
find
but I
the
mean,
shit.
then it's just gold.
Yeah.
Then it's just gold.
Yeah.
Okay.
Unless a consumable item
I-
says otherwise, then it's just requires you to spend money at a market to buy the stuff for it.
Okay, then... Oh, I have spares for others then.
Yeah, Steve is perfectly capable of making his own if he wants to. Though it does take, downtime.
Alright then. Well, while we're away here in the end, I will spend a vitality to do a short rest and send off ascending.
I'm sure. Let's see. What day is it? The 17th?
The Juneteenth.
Wait, what date?
Today is, well, actually, it's the 18th now.
Yeah.
You fucking walked here faster than she could teleport down here.
I am the Zoomies.
You really are. Yeah, if you hadn't had fleet-footed travel on, she would have arrived here today.
So she's still
So
like
are
a
we-
day out then?
Yeah,
I
she's
guess?
a couple days out.
So I guess
Not
we'll
that she'd
wait
ever
here.
admit as much, but yes.
If it's a couple days out, then we can go into the mountain.
Yeah, I mean, you could just wait for her here, I suppose. Or go do your stuff in the mountains and then come
Yeah.
back.
We can go do it and then come back.
Yeah, we should be able to do that. Into the mountains and back down within a few days.
Rock camps.
Records.
Oh, right, the ones that handling the apples. Or stone was that for Telly?
Yeah, the real question is, do we try the wyverns on the way into that tower or the way out?
Rather out because we're gonna
Yeah,
have
I
to
would
bring
think
eggs.
out.
Eggs. We don't want to bring
Mhm.
eggs. Fragile
Yeah, we-
eggs.
The less time we have to spend carrying the eggs, the better.
All right.
He just looks at Tori.
Shush. How do you think I know that?
Then whenever you all are ready, I'm prepared as well to go.
Oh, nice. I'll have to have a chat with the Rackhams when the next chance arrives.
Just... Sorry, I'm being very cough today.
Is right?
I was gonna ask the dwarves there. Like you said there were mine workers there? Just,
They look like they are miners, yes, though, glancing out of town, you don't really see any mines. Then again,
yeah,
maybe that's just you being an elf racist. All dwarves look like miners to you. No,
Hey,
I'm kidding.
that's your fucking point of view. I'm racist against fucking demons and tieflings for racial reasons.
Demons, tieflings. What's another race onto it with dwarves?
Yeah,
you
most
know?
people are racist for
A
racial reasons.
Very,
Like the small
very
penis
simple.
envy.
Here's the thing, though. The dwarves, there's okay, because they also been stuck in the ground and all other shit. The demons and tieflings sort of, genocided the entire fucking race and then forced the last of them underground, and then for 1,000 fucking years be stuck in the pits of the bowels of the earth itself. So yeah, maybe a little bit of a difference.
Nah.
I mean,
on the other
Yeah,
hand, dwarves are short and kind of ugly, so
they're
really you
also
should be
calling
racist
knife
against
ears all
them.
the time, really. Routinely make
Dwarves
fun
are
of like
short
your
and kind of
people
ugly.
there.
Like, Savin, I'm almost 7 feet in real. Everyone would then be short and ugly.
Exactly, and you hate everybody.
Yeah, I hate everybody, but I don't
that's
think that
unassailable
everyone's
logic. You're also,
yeah, but the difference is, I don't think everyone is just short and ugly.
just lots of people.
I hate everyone because they're not me, but not because they're short and ugly. That's a difference.
He thinks the racists do protest too much,
Yes, because I'm actually a high-class racist. Thank you very much.
And not a lowbrow racist like Snippy.
I'm only racist when it suits me.
I'm only
Yeah, I
racist
have
when it's
standards.
funny.
Anywho, yeah, the dwarves do appear to be miners. They have their like heavy-duty work clothes, pickaxes, and hammers with them, just like leaned up against tables.
Just checking. The doctor is like, oh, interesting. So, your lad seems to be far away.
One of the dwarves will just throw his hands up. You've got no idea, mister. We're so far from home lately, I can't even smell the stone. Ugh. Another dwarf will pat him on the back. We just came from a prospecting mission in the islands. Had to get on a boat, unnatural. It moves under your feet. Oh. There's a collective shudder from the dwarves.
Maybe like collective shudders is just a table and the chairs rattle a little bit from that.
Yeah.
If they're missing the stone, then they hear it on the other side of the bar. That soft ting, 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 ting of someone doing a bunch of chisel work.
Oh yeah, if you're actually sitting there like doing some masonry,
ASMR.
yeah, there's definitely like a handful of doors just immediately start gravitating towards you. Just talking shop.
Yeah, oh yeah. I will ask them if they can recommend any like local stone suppliers or like metal ore suppliers. That kind
They
of thing while I'm
can
tinkering
indeed.
away.
When they'll suggest when you get to Neverson, look up Helga Barnholm, the best trader in ores there is.
Ooh.
Oh, excellent. I've heard about the Barnholms before, so that's promising.
Yeah.
They will nod and assure you that their family is blessed by Narend.
Excellent. And then she herself will do the little forge thump of fist to palm and then resume the tink, tink, tink.
Dwarves will respectfully return the gesture and then just continue sort of orbiting around you, enjoying the work.
Yeah.
A couple of them
Like,
will,
again,
like,
this is just like a normal old school thing for her to have experienced back in the day.
yeah. A couple of them will even like take out little bits of stone whittling to work on as well.
Oh sure, if it gets to that point, then I do the old God. Like I fan out my tools across. You know when people are like just start painting models at a table and they just start like plucking up just random paintbrushes and shit. I just like fan out my tools so everyone can fucking tinker and tinkle away.
Oh
So
yeah,
long as none
you
of
get
them go
several
walkabouts.
compliments on the quality and make of your tools.
Yeah, and presumably as part of the talking shop, it'll be like, yeah, it's based on like sets from the old Medusan Empire. I had them restored, maintained, and essentially masterworked by player me has forgotten the name of their crafter, but they'll all, of course, big them up.
Yeah. Was
Oh, the
I-
Yakard, no, Yakard, yeah,
Gerard.
in
Gerard.
Gerard.
Yeah. Gerard Endon.
Yeah.
If you're ever in the area, then, you know, tell him I sent you. He does great work.
Yeah, several of them will say they know Gerard. And yeah, he does good works. You know, Forge Father bless him and his father. God's rest him.
Excellent.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which one of the groups of dwarves in here looks like most, like homesick?
Probably the ones talking with Theli now. Alternatively, there's one guy who looks seasick.
Oh, yeah. Poor bastards.
And these dwarves do not look like they had a particularly good time on the ship.
Look, you can't trust
Okay.
boats. It's not like a wagon. It's not going to be in the same place after you park it. And who can trust that?
Exactly.
Well, I have. How many are there? You said there were like a handful of them.
There's like 20 dwarves in here, yeah.
Okay, that goes from drinks to shots. Okay.
Yeah.
Shots.
No. There's like I have a little plunta. You know what those what's it called?
Yeah, no, I
those
recall,
little-
but I'm like, yeah, it's like, I don't have enough drinks for everyone here all of a sudden.
No, the metal thing. What's the English word for it? Those little metal things that you save some booze in.
Flask?
Just
A flask?
Is it those little metal things that you have in
A
your
growler?
breast pocket?
What the fuck is a growler?
A miniature
Like the
metal
cup.
keg.
No, a growler is not that. That's a British for muffin.
we call like a miniature metal kegs like the handful of liter ones. They are called growlers, and they're usually kept under pressure.
That's it. I just view, copy. I'll paste it in VCT.
Sure.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
a
it's a
flask.
One of those.
Oh yeah, it's just a flask.
Yes. Okay. In Swedish we call those a plunta. Okay. Yes,
It's just
I
there's
have.
flasks, or there's hip flask if it's a belt-sized one. But heck, I've got a
No, I
couple
have
of
one
my.
of
I've
those.
got
I
I've got some
still
very
have-
pretty flasks.
Yeah, I have one of those with some of the booze that was made for the lovely little dwarven lady.
Yeah.
She had the entire assortment of everything, and I just saved a little bit for myself. I figured now would be a good time to use it. And sadly, there are so many of them, they're just going to be a little bit of a shot.
Makes sense.
Look, they appreciate it. They'll confess to Steve that, and this takes some doing from them, but yeah, they're all feeling quite under the weather after that boat trip. There's one of them will lament that they haven't seen storms for 2 years here on the mainland, but the moment that boat gets off the fucking coast, they get hammered by wind.
Isn't it? It's just like the boat's waiting for it.
It was. The gods are just there to punish people who go off the land. It's how it works.
Dwarves weren't meant to be on the ocean.
No one was.
Their bones are dense. They'll sink.
The whole concept of leaving the land is just pure hubris.
Excellent.
But, on the other hand, they did discover a gold vein, so, I mean,
I mean, swings and roundabouts,
There you go.
guys. Clearly, these are the
That's good.
Forge Lord's ordeals put in place for us to better appreciate the great riches bestowed afterwards.
they
Or
will
his
say that
golden son,
that is
praise be.
what their chaplain told them in their expedition before some sort of
Smart
horde
man.
squid monster came up in the middle of the night and dragged him into the lake.
Unfortunate man, though. It's
Okay,
fine.
so-
It just means he became a learning opportunity for everybody else. Sometimes that's all we can hope for. That said, I'll make sure not to proselytize the next time I'm on war.
The dwarves will raise their shot glasses to Steve's honor and to the Forge Lords.
More than that, I recommend you sip it.
You recommending the dwarves to just sip it? Now they're going
Yeah,
to like,
Thel
dunk
will
it
Yeah,
lean
down.
that's a
over
challenge.
No, Thel will lean over. Not because it's strong, but because it's so good you will regret it all being gone immediately.
No, they're drinking it.
Aww.
Saying that as they do shots, yes.
Oh,
My
shit.
condolence. My condolences.
And as I said, as it's been said, this is now playing inside their heart and minds.
It's Tub Thumper. I got knocked out.
No, I made it specifically
You did, yeah.
for, yeah.
Everyone gets the Misty
specifically
Mountains.
Yep. I mean, hell yeah, get a little liquor in these dwarves, get some Forge Lord fondness, and yeah, they'll probably start fucking doing some deep singing.
I think they're having a bit of a spiritual moment.
Budum-tesh. Good pun. Dwarves are very spiritual beings.
Yeah, well, once we finish up during the dwarves, what do you say about heading out and getting away into the mountains? Or, well, to Neverson and then into the mountains, I guess.
Yeah, I don't think we should be putting it off at all.
Me.
Yeah, I will eventually collect all my tools and make sure they're all in fair nick. Restore them to their rightful place and, like, roll the, I imagine it's in one of those, like, leather toolkits that, you roll them back up together on themselves, the old school holding ones. roll
I
that
love
in
those.
once everything's been slotted into its little space. Say my prayer over it, return it to its place in my bag. And yeah, thank them for their company.
If we get the Never-Sunday, we can probably rent goats.
Possibly.
I do love big goat.
And that is not an unreasonable thing to expect there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Definitely
Big
agreed.
goat. And is it just like a half day's trip for you to get to Neverson Deep? So probably towards sunset when you get there, since you were leaving at noon from both previous places.
That's fine. I will have, once we made it to Neverson, I suppose I should swap my thing over to Mountains.
Did you have a contact that we need to speak to in Neverson for finding those mining rights, or are you willing to find more of the bracelets now? You found the... Wait, no, you don't have the
I am
bracelets. You need the
still-
anklets, right?
Anklets,
I
yes.
forget which one you have.
I want to ask if anybody's seen the stone giants.
Yes, currently I have the bracelets. And no, I do still intend to ask, if only because it would be nice to, no, I was thinking maybe a metal clasp or a gorget or a belt of some kind to sort of bring the whole set together if my anklets are still out there.
Ashe spotted.
Yeah. Neverson Deep, it turns out, perhaps despite the name, is not one of those deep-seated dwarven strongholds under the stone. It is more or less open to the air. The individual buildings are built into the side of the mountain, but as you approach the city, you can see that there is still sun shining down to this hollowed culvert in the mountainside. There are great forges lit all throughout the city in honor of Kandarn. Great blazing flames where the swing of hammers can be heard. There are hundreds of dwarves going about their business here out under the sun. Craftsmen mostly, you imagine, but plenty of miners as well, and of course the people who support them. You see priests and warriors. And sitting near the entrance to the town, the edge of a large stone wall that protects it from the outside, you see a familiar elven statue and a gargoyle squatting. Alba will slowly raise a hand in
Hello there.
greeting.
You miss us?
Valley, yes, I did.
Sorry it took us so long getting here. We got involved in an ancient heist.
That sounds very like you.
Yeah, I did manage to recover some things of my mother's and of my aunt's as well, and I'll indicate whichever of the companions is currently wearing my aunt's plate.
That'd be Bale.
Yeah.
She'll look at
I have your
Vale
old
wearing
foot.
just like slabs of stone like Havel. I see.
I have your old foes played.
Well, better late than never. Those mountains proved more treacherous than I expected.
Encounter any wyverns in there? It's supposedly their mating season now.
Yes, aggressive wyverns. Normally monsters don't bother me, but these ones were freakishly territorial. And there's more than just them in the mountains, too. Ogres, mostly a few giants.
Stone giants?
She nods.
Hmm.
I saw one, yes. They're very rare, even here, but it seems some still live in the peaks.
I'd love to do a
Interesting.
flirt at a stone giant.
Are they on
No.
your list?
Sure you're compatible.
Huh?
You'll see.
That'd be a shame.
Yes. Do either of you need a patch up?
No, the Candor Knights here have been forthcoming. Leave it to
Excellent.
dwarves to be unperturbed by my condition.
Good. That's good.
Glad to hear.
So, ready to get going, or
do
do we need something from the lovely people of this town?
It's already heading towards evening here, yes?
Yeah, it's about sunset when you guys arrive.
Yeah, we can camp out in the mountains. Suits me fine.
Yeah, just would be nice to go about the place and do a little bit of a prayer to Kandarn before heading out. Keep our past safe and everything.
Definitely tempt me there, but just saying it would be safer if we went in the evening because Wyvern's not really nocturnal hunters.
Oh, that's fair. Might be better to.
We'd have
Get
an easier
up
time
there
getting
while
on the
we're-
like up to the higher parts of the mountains without getting attacked.
Yeah.
On the route.
Better to get past them while we can.
No? If you
Especially
believe
while we're
so.
still traveling fast.
If you believe so. I am
I do.
lower
Thankfully,
on
the people
the...
here won't be waiting without us.
This is true. We'll just have to come back through here once we're done up there then.
Yeah.
There wasn't anything interesting notes or sorts of
What?
requests before we head into the mountains, right?
Yeah, what's on the board, Vale?
There's a missing person.
Uh-oh.
Well, they were last seen near High Crown Mountain.
Oh, I wonder if the Wyverns got him.
That's what I'm thinking, yeah.
I'd imagine so.
Hopefully we can find him.
Hopefully.
Is that the only thing there? Just the missing
Do they
dwarf?
have a
Anything else?
description?
Yeah, there's sort of a description.
Sort
There's-
of.
Dwarf, male, red, gold hair, ugly as sin.
Interesting.
Alright.
Also, there's a warning not to drink Never Brew if you're not a dwarf.
She'll light up and then, like, deflate. Oh, I can't drink right now.
That's a challenge, but I'll do it on my
It's
way back
against the
through.
rules.
Alba will nod at that. I saw a pair of salamanders get carried out on stretchers from the local tavern. Apparently the dwarves have invented some new height of intoxication.
Goodness.
Sounds
That's
like a lot
tempting
of
on the
fun.
way back through.
Well, I mean, I am resistant to poison effects. I've
Yeah, you probably last a little
advantage
while
against
longer.
poison effects, and I have a good constitution.
So are dwarves, and if they've been carrying it out on stretchers,
Yeah.
then this is
No,
not
no,
too
it's
far.
salamanders that got carried out.
Salamander. Oh, okay then.
Salamanders generally considered to be pretty constitute folk.
We are. It's kept in our tails.
It's true.
The constitution's in your tail.
Constitution stored in the
Yeah.
balls.
Generally, yeah. The
Can
bigger your
tell.
tail, the more constitute you are.
Kate will just grip the base of Ashe's tail. You can tell how healthy a salamander is by how plump the tail is.
Ah, of course. Makes sense.
We all say this, but Ashe has like a, what, +0 con?
No, yeah, I got +0 con, yeah.
Yeah, your tail's
But he
nice
does have
and
an
thin and
he does have an
sinuous.
adorably chubby tail.
Yeah, the difference though, you're still healthy. It's the difference.
Yes.
A Sherry over here, on the other hand, has a fucking thick old tail, let me tell you.
The
Positively
tail's so
rotund.
fucking plump.
Yeah.
Bitches fucking love a good thick tail, you know.
I'd love to say hi to her, but we don't have the time. I also don't know she's here, actually.
Yeah.
Ye- So, yeah, the party is eager to head out. Then you can collect Alba and Ruby.
And check about goats and your metal and your stone.
Again, we can worry about the metal and the stone on the way back, and I'm not convinced we should take steeds to a place full of hungry wyverns, but we can do.
I think that might be a bad idea. That will paint a little bit of a target of, come here, there's things to bite and eat and feed on.
They might not loan us any if we're taking them up during wyvern season too.
Yeah.
Very well, very well.
It's sort of an insurance sort of thing.
Yes,
Well, we're gonna head out in the morning.
I would like a dire goat at some point as a lovely steed.
Heading
But-
out now.
Yeah, we're heading out now.
At night.
Yeah,
in
because
the
the
evening,
wyverns
yes,
are
the
sleeping.
wyverns-
That was
the
we
wyv-
already had this discussion.
That was the point, like when we were
But yeah,
talking
but
about earlier.
I was.
Oh, she'd gotten up.
Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right now it's still like it's evening time, so it's not the dead
Sunset.
of night. It's going to be the easiest time getting up into the mountains without a fight starting. Because
Yeah.
we
Okay.
do it at night. Wyverns not nocturnal creatures. Should be okay.
Yeah, better to run into ogres on the way up than the wyverns.
Mm-hmm.
At least start into the mountains. So what is this tower that we're going to? Have you been there before, or do you just know of it?
No, I've never been there myself. At least not in this day and age. But I know of it from studious research. Mage once lived there that was a master of stone magic. Said to be as capable of crafting tunnels beneath the earth as a dwarf and gifted with the art of golemancy. Her staff, I hope, will enable me to... She looks down and sort of crunches her fingers together. Undo this. At least in part.
Golemancy. What was that one lady's name? Was it Gildenclaw or Gildencrest?
Gilden Flame.
Gildenflame.
Sedani Gilden Flame.
You not having to talk about Sedani Gildenflame, are you?
I don't recall that being her name, no. It's a Salamander. What was her name? Yenflower? Something like that?
It's a pretty name, too.
Can I make a history check, see if I recognize it?
Sure.
History. I'll use my inspiration on it. This seems like a good time to use it.
I was gonna ask if.
Hey, much better.
There we go.
151.
18's a lot better.
Alright. You are vaguely familiar with a salamander wizardess named Brooke Yenflower. She lived probably 500 years ago, so before the hobgoblin occupation got fully underway. Was, as Alba said, a capable mage specialized in earth magics. Seemed to be on the way towards hybridizing primal and arcane magic. Perhaps working on some sort of stone mage subclass of her own. And indeed was known to have a staff that could transmute earth to flesh and flesh to earth.
Brooke Yunflower. Yeah, I remember now. I've read a little bit about her.
That was her name, yes. Now her tower lies in ruins, but no one I can find has been there in well over a century. And no one's been able to tell me what happened to her belongings. I'm hopeful that they will still be there.
Well, we can
Or at the
certainly
very
try and
least,
find them.
a clue as to where she would have gone.
Indeed. Salamanders are ageless, too. It's possible she's still around.
Now that would be
Yeah,
incredibly
Grams found
useful.
a salamander everybody thought was dead in another world. Our mom did.
In another.
Siren.
Fair enough.
Uh-huh.
Oh. Interesting.
Cattle mod. Yeah, Siri spent a few centuries off in a parallel pocket plane.
And it's the same one your grandma comes from?
Mom comes from. Grams found her old house in here.
Oh.
On the other side of the mountains, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Huh.
One of my aunt's kids lives there now, I think.
Makes sense. Well, small world. Worlds, I guess, in this instance.
Mm-hmm.
Very much so. Given the first glance of that pocket plane was in the temple that my mother now has.
Yeah.
Go figure. I do feel like we are with an auspicious group here for this. I will pat Alba. I was going to say like pat her on the head, but she wouldn't feel it. I pat her on the orb.
Wait, sorry, pet her on the what?
Orb. She has a stone with her soul in it in her chest, right?
Yes, right. Sorry,
Sorry,
when you
said
say
orb, I
orb,
thought-
I immediately was like, you're patting her on the boob. Like, okay,
I thought it was going
that's
for the ass
harassment.
or whatever, yeah.
No, I pat her on the soul gem. Sorry.
You shake your house like a magnitude 7 earthquake.
Nonsense, nonsense. All is fine and well.
So do you need any sort of checks going into the mountain, Savin?
Well, that depends. So what is the exact plan here?
Wait, can we go to the world map again?
Yeah, hold on, let me drag you over right now.
I guess we go up right here and then go in to like search for the stone tower, and then assuming that goes well, we go over to high ground.
Yeah, I think we're basically just going straight in like that and then back over this way.
Well, I do think we should go over here and down, just so we're not going up high ground.
So, again, there is like Alba's Tower's here, then the High Crown Peak is here.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a bit of a valley like over here, so you could kind of go through that and climb directly up to the tower if you wanted.
That seems
Yeah.
probably the better option.
Yeah.
Sure. You would be a survival to make that like traversal through the mountains unmolested.
It will just be a travel check, I think, as it
Travel.
is.
Oh, okay.
Even with fleet-footed travel, because it's difficult terrain, it'll take you over a full day
Yeah.
to get in.
You still need...
Yeah, that's fine.
Fucking shit hot 25, baby.
Hey,
Oh,
discovery!
fucking crit,
Oh.
baby.
24!
24.
Woo.
Jesus Christ.
Discovery!
Good
Woo!
rolls.
Discovery, woo! Alright, well, I guess that solves some eggs in one basket.
We just discover our destination.
Yeah.
Or we discover the corpse of that poor dude who died.
Well, it turns out you actually discover his camp.
Oh, shit.
Oh, that's good.
So
Potentially.
as you are making your way up into the mountains, after about a day's trek, winding through valleys and then climbing up into the peaks themselves, your group will indeed come across a small culvert where the water from a mountain spring has sort of worn down the rocks into a pair of splitting streams and left a rocky outcropping in the middle, upon which you see a tent has been pitched that looks quite recent.
Well camouflaged.
Yeah, well camouflaged. Unless you were like looking pretty much from the tops of this little group of rocks here, you'd probably never see it.
Well, let's go see if someone is around then. And hopefully they're friendly.
Hopefully.
What was his name? Nevi? Neva?
Slide them down.
Yeah, I believe so.
I'm not stealthing up to him. That's a good way to get castle doctrined. I'm just
Yeah, I'm
gonna
not gonna stealth.
walk up to the tent's entrance.
Hi there. Anyone around still?
As you approach Theli, you can see this camp was abandoned with haste. There are a large collection of books just scattered around, open to the elements now. A mess kit has been turned over, just splatted into a little fire pit near the front of the tent, scorching the metal before the fire dimmed down to nothing. There's still burnt, crisp food in the fire. And
Gently,
perhaps most
flip that
tellingly,
over with a knife.
there is a pickaxe still lying on the ground, abandoned.
Yeah, we'd never abandon his tools, I'm sure.
Well, that's not a good sign.
He must be being chased by something.
Or
Alright.
abducted.
I will track the dwarf. 19 these mountains.
Alright. Yeah, you do notice tracks. They seem to be leading up this way, and then they pick up again, like over here, and climb up. And it's not just one pair of like sturdy dwarven boots. There are several more tracks that look reptilian. Big, heavy, and probably about a
crocfolk.
dozen of them.
I'd assume crocodile folk then.
Yeah, some sort of lizard folk seems likely.
Oh
Or
shit.
Drake kind. There are ones that are not flightless on here.
The
By the
flight
arching,
off.
does it look like bipedal or quadrupedal?
Bipedal.
I'm afraid
Oh.
these are bipedal.
Oh
Well,
shit, the lizard
let's
folks, oh
hurry
they
then.
enjoy dwarf.
I'm sure they do.
Okay. Anyways, let's hurry on and follow them.
Yeah.
We have the advantage,
Yeah.
our travel is a little bit faster.
Yeah.
As you get that way and start climbing up the top here, Ashe,
Mhm.
when you get to like here and climbing, you see like the side of the mountain directly in front of you just shift slightly. The rocks grind against each other and the stone twists around.
Can I slide back down?
Yeah.
What's the matter, Ash?
The ground there is shifting. Be careful.
Oh boy.
Oh, I don't speak rock, unfortunately.
Hello?
I do a nature test to like. Actually, I'm not quite sure what I would do.
If anything, if anyone can try and speak primordial, it might be an elemental, or it could just be some drake or like that in hiding in it.
Friend or foe?
I peep. I initiate peepers.
What does peepers mean? Perception. Yeah, Ashe isn't
I've got
full of shit
perception.
here. The rock of this like mountain face here is moving ever so slightly, like actively.
Oh, does it look like respiration?
Yeah, that would certainly explain the specific movements here.
We'll just walk around it then. It's probably a sleeping stone giant. Let's not bother them.
Pain.
assume we can avoid stepping on them. I will tell everyone the same, albeit quietly. Don't piss off the stone giant.
Where is it?
Better if they're sleeping.
It's just
It's
like
on the mountain.
around here.
Oh,
Around
It appears to be sleeping, so we do not want to, stand on him.
right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, somewhere
No,
around
this
there.
way.
here.
Over
He's
this-
sleeping in the north,
Yeah. This one.
not south.
Oh. Okay.
Come this way.
If you are content to just try and ignore whatever that is, that's fine. You can do so.
Less ignore, more avoid.
Yeah.
We're aware. I don't want to just,
Yeah,
be the rude awakening
Can-
for this homie.
Yeah, I don't
Can I-
like might be interested in flirting, but I'm not interested in
Oh.
like waking up just to do so.
I suppose we didn't
I have a
ask
question.
how
Can I do a
big
nature
it
check?
is.
Or do I need a con check to figure out what the fuck it is?
This would... Well, that's a good
Nature?
question. Yeah, I think nature would be the appropriate test.
Nice.
No, clearly
Give
you
us
knew
your
one back in the
knowledge,
day.
nature man.
Alright. Yeah, Steve, that's probably a stone giant. They have the ability to blend almost seamlessly into the stone around them, but not quite so seamlessly that they have, say, perfect mimicry like, I don't know, an awakened tree does. They do still
Or a
have to
rope rat.
breathe.
Or a rock element.
They have
Okay.
3/4 mimicry.
Most stone giants can speak Arunan. They're not particularly bright, but they are fearsomely strong and tough. They have the ability to throw big fat rocks, and they also have a breath attack that does acid damage.
Oh.
Whoa.
Mm.
Hot.
Like,
They are also
I'm
known to
content.
be extremely foul-tempered, especially if you mess with them, like by
Yeah.
doing things like this.
All the
Yeah,
better
I'm
reason
content to avoid
not
them.
to wake them up and surprise them.
Yeah,
we
that
don't
would probably
wanna
be a
wake them up by
really
stepping on them.
stupid
Yeah.
thing to do.
Luckily, we're incredibly intelligent.
Yeah, luckily you guys aren't that stupid.
Yeah.
Did not just go poke the giant for no reason.
That's why we came at night. We don't plan to poke
Yep.
Onward
sleepy
to the
creatures.
tracks, then, and continuing on.
Yeah.
Onward.
So, Theli, now I would like a survival check to try and track this dwarf.
Use
Oh,
my
yes.
inspo.
Okay. 24.
Nice. Much better.
Much better.
Alright.
Rangers are so good. Holy shit.
Yeah, love it.
We have thankfully had a lot of situations where we require, like, cautious tracking or, like, some random nature knowledge or herb knowledge, and it feels very gratifying to actually use a
Yeah.
class's knowledge center like that.
Indeed. The term be useful.
Yep. Rogue would be fun if we were playing a more, like, city-centric game, but we're not. So,
Yeah.
I'm
Ain't-
much enjoying.
Playing a rogue feels fucking phenomenal in your game.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah, I
playing
played
Rogue. You're
Mr.
playing.
11,
You're
Chris.
playing dice.
I mean, look, that also helps, but even then, just like having that surety in all of your skills with like knack and having such easy access to inspiration is quite nice.
Yeah. Very fair.
But anyway. So, it will take you several hours to track this dwarf. Not because of any lack of competence on your part, so much as he's just fucking booked it a long old way.
He hauled ass away from these lizards
Zoom.
chasing him.
Yeah, this
These
is...
fools, though, they didn't know that dwarves are built for long distance travel.
Yeah, he does appear to be indeed a long endurance runner. And you can see that the gap between him and the lizards does start to expand, and the lizards begin to tire out, slow but sure, until eventually you catch up not to the dwarf, but the lizards. If you'll give me a moment, I'll bring you to another map.
Sure.
Gotta get all the stuff here.
Yeah, we have to travel soon. We'll do some holding ass ourselves.
Yeah, you guys are pretty fucking speedy.
It's a really good idea to pick up that spell and keep it prepared.
Oh,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
Alright.
Like Ursula's elk travel.
Mm-hmm.
Once I got that, it's like, oh, travel speed's so much nice.
Alright. So as you approach this group of lizard folk, you can see that they have been joined by a couple more of their kin. It was a small group of big, burly lizard creatures. You now see a couple of quadrupedal draconids being ridden by others of the tribe. A pair of mountain drakes with riders. And it doesn't look like in the dark the lizards can see it, but Theli, you can see that above them on the next rise is a dwarf flat on his belly, staring down at these bastards, looking a mix of terrified and determined.
Sure. Has he seen us?
No, his dark vision does not extend nearly as far as yours.
Okie dokie then.
Would you say we have a surprise round if we were to launch it against these stone scales at this point?
Yeah, it looks like they are, if not sleeping necessarily, then certainly kind of resting, conserving their energy. They have not spotted you since you're approaching from such a higher angle.
Sounds good.
I can open with a fireball if need be.
That would be very, very good.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here, where's the best place for it?
I'm
It
gonna
have to be like here, just
go-
take out
There. Yeah.
those 4.
How big is the explosion? 3 or 4?
Area burst 2.
Okay,
That
yeah,
would be-
so there'd probably be
Yeah, there's definitely
Or-
a good move.
hidden off. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
or
we do.
the mounts.
So which
Ooh,
group?
yeah, mounts, because those seekers counters occupying all of those spaces as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yes, so the mounts or these guys?
probably the mounts.
Probably the mounts. It'll take
They
us
seem
longer to
bigger
get on
and
them, and
nastier.
also they might have to make tests to keep control after they are caught by surprise on them.
Alright, well, you give me the word and I will begin casting.
Yeah, everyone that has a
Well,
ranged spell can.
Yeah, I
start
guess I'll
blasting.
I'll ready in action to. Oh, in fact, I'll even join in the fun. I'll ready in action to dancing storm the stone scales to try and whip them around into each other, so we can cast at the same time. 2 different AOE's.
Oh.
Lots of fun.
It's the one that has the one area blast, like that.
No, dancing storm is also Abote. Oh no, it is Abo 1. Never mind. I'll hang on. I'll
so
just
3 by
shoot.
3.
I'll just shoot some.
No,
dudes.
that
Still,
hit
it would hit
4
the
of them anyway.
drakes. Yeah.
Oh right, yes, you're right. I can put it on the
Well,
drakes.
Sounds
Yes.
like you guys want to do some initiatives.
Yeah, so
Okay.
Initiative.
Area blast 1, area blast 2. So yeah, even a 1 would hit all 4 of them because
Yes, it
Yeah.
would.
they're occupied.
Blast.
I'm going to.
If I can, I'll slide them even closer together for you, because I think if I get mine off first, there.
yeah, you probably do get yours off first.
Yeah, well,
I
this
have
is
to
the
as
surprise
well.
round. You guys can just sort of act in whatever order you want.
Fair
That's
enough.
true.
Then while you are doing that, I will move up 7.
Kate.
One more.
You probably need a stealth if you're going to get that close.
No,
to
no, we've got
them.
a surprise round, so
Kate
we
has
take an action.
Earth
and then we go.
Fireball too.
Oh, right. Okay, fair enough.
Earth Fireball.
It's within 10.
Alright,
so I
so let
would have had
me
to.
just move you back for a second so I can get everyone in
Sure.
initiative order. And we'll just go through the line
Okay,
and decide if you want to
Sounds good.
delay or not.
not a problem.
Alright, so if everyone's on the board, then yeah, Theli, you do go first.
Yeah. Zoom.
These hapless lizards
mm,
look up as you descend upon them.
Minor action. Get my fearsome on. Fucking so many people riding by. It's 1 a.m. by the way, those little fuckers. Wild shift. Get to here. And then, yeah, I'll drop a dancing storm in the middle of those fuckos.
Hell yeah. Alright. Seekers.
Oh, that's such
That is
unfortunate
the
damage.
saddest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Wow.
That was real. That's a real sad snaky right there.
That is unfortunate.
Snake eyes on 2d6. That's a shame.
Mm-hmm.
Oof.
All right, they take 1 damage.
Yeah,
Yeah, they take 1. They all take 1 damage.
well,
Fucking sometimes the dice be like that. I use my 1 more movement to get here and slightly more out of the way.
No. God damn it,
No?
get out of my way.
Fucking okay, fine. Then that's me.
I need a line. I need a 10 line.
okay.
Nice.
Well, Steve, it's your turn.
Yeah. So I need a 10 line. There, and that can get me exactly.
Nice.
I can get a 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And that is a 10 straight line.
Yeah.
That's an 11 straight line. Yeah, there you go.
That's a 10 straight
Yeah.
All
But it
right.
still occupies the
Yeah.
last
Yep.
fuckers.
Get him, Steve.
Yep, he didn't get slid anywhere, so he's still on his mount.
Let me add this to this and this, that. Hit the done button. And then
Lightning bolt.
Nice.
All right. The barbarians. Dex. All right. So 13 and 7 or 6. This guy is illuminated. The Drake. He's fine.
god damn good.
And the Seeker
good stuff.
riding him.
They're fast.
Ow.
Nice.
He is also illuminated. That Drake is surprised.
and-
Surprised. Arlene. Just come on down here. And yeah, let's activate, I don't know, haste on Theli? Haste on Theli sounds good.
Oh
I love
boy.
that.
Kate. Hey guys, you know what's cool about the Druid spell list? It has its
Earth
own
Fireball?
version of Fireball. Boom.
Nice.
So she is going to try and slam all of these nerds.
Kablamo.
If she can do so without hitting Thelia, which I don't think she's actually able to do anymore.
She can do it anyway. Go for it.
No. No, she'll just hit these idiots instead. It's within 20.
If you...
Yeah.
Yeah, what's,
Yeah, there. That hits
something-
5 too.
Alright,
Yeah.
perfect.
Aber's
Then
3.
we'll go with that. So, strength save on the drakes. Doot. Right. They both
Nice.
fail.
Fail. Not prone.
Yeah. Down go the
Yep.
rider.
They are knocked prone. This is turning out to be a real bad time to be a Drake rider.
Yeah, a little bit.
Alright, the Seekers, strength. Right, they both fail. So that's 18. 18, they are knocked off their mounts. The mounts are just kind of laying down, so it doesn't do a whole lot. But hey. And then one Barbarian. Wow.
Nice. Ah, screw you, +7.
Alright. Kate cheers. Ash.
Nice.
Okay, we begin with a minor action of surging sorcerously. And then, let's see here. Fireball here, I think. He's going to miss that Seeker, but that's fine. We'll hit, like, these 4 guys.
Okay.
Do we want to increase the DC more? That's a question, isn't it?
And the Drakes are pretty dexterous.
Yeah, the Drakes do have +6 to their dex saves.
Alright. Let's make that DC 18.
Alright then. So you trigger your magic item secret. Yay!
Wow, who would have guessed it?
Who would have guessed? Alright. Let's see.
Wow.
Make sure this.
Is it milk based?
Is it what?
Is it milk based?
No,
Because,
actually.
Wow.
So, good news, Ash, is your spell DC does in fact get higher. It works as intended. The bad news is you feel a little gigglier, a little bubblier afterwards.
Less than half? You
Reduce
recover
your
once.
intelligence to less than half of what it started
Okay.
with.
Your
recover
int goes
one
down
point.
by 1.
Okay.
So there is a pool of how many times you can potentially use this hat bonus that is equal to your int score. Every time you use it, your int goes down by 1.
It gives you extra bonuses if your int is 3 or less.
Yeah, if you completely break your brain, you get spell slots back and vitality back. Isn't that great?
Hell
Let me
yeah.
put a -1 to my int for now here on the attribute options.
How do you recover stat
rest.
damage?
Long rest.
Yep, you
Okay.
recover
It says it
1
right
point
there
each
as
time
well.
you finish a long rest.
Oh, I see.
And fireball.
Hell
fireball.
yeah.
Anyway, yeah. Hello to Bimbo Ash.
Hell yeah.
It's fine. I still got 11 right now.
Yeah, you're fine.
Yeah, you could do that 3 more times.
Alright, so Drakes. Doot. Wow, one of them actually passes. I'm
One of them
shocked.
still
It's
saves.
pretty big
Damn.
pass, yeah.
Still painful for them.
Hold on. These guys are also, it seems, a little bit resistant to fire. They are, after all, Drakes. Then the Stone Scale Seekers. 1 save there. Oh,
Oh, wait, yeah, 1 seeker.
that
and then...
guy is dead.
Oh, damn.
And then the
What a
Barbarian.
shame. Nice.
Ow. Just light 3 AoEs up on the back rank of the enemy in the surprise round. That's quite rude.
Blam, blam, blam.
Veil.
Yay! God, this armor is so heavy. I have to double move to get in. Ugh! There we go.
Clunk, 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 clunk.
The fucking mountain just came alive and is running at them.
I really need some boots of go fast. Holy shit!
Need to get you Zephyr Stride.
That's not on the divine
know.
spell list.
Just
You need
multi-class into
boots
of
Druid
Zephyr
solely
Stride.
so you can go fast. Come on. Surprise, surprise, surprise. Tori! Speaking of go fast.
Chunkosaurus.
Nyum.
Is that a double move for you, or?
No, it's a move in a rage.
Alrighty.
This guy. What special thing did he get hit by?
Illuminated.
Illumination.
Aha! Swing.
Alright, that hits.
Swung.
That
15.
also hits, yep.
Nice.
Thanks to Illuminate.
Nice. Nice. Swing, swing, swing. Aha!
Alright. And we're into the real round, except I forgot Alba. Roll her
Oh,
initiative.
forgot poor Alba. Oh no.
It's okay. She didn't have much to do because she's not got any AoEs. Just...
Well, she's even. Single works.
Yeah, it is what it is. She's still elf fast, so she will stride forward. And then Chromatic Orb, the guy next to Tori, who's illuminated.
Good plan. Good plan.
She certainly thinks so.
Nice.
Yep.
Alright, deals him 7 thunder damage. Boom. Alright, now, Telly, it is your turn.
Me. Well, I am hasted.
You are.
I am going to just zip over to here and jump the Drake. And see if I can take it off while it is prone. Minor action quarry. I will set the quarry to... ice.
So
I
cold.
bet these guys. I bet fucking lizards hate ice.
Alright.
Stabbo. 15 to hit for 12.
Yeah, that will hit, and you guessed correctly. That is, in fact, 17 damage. They don't like the cold.
Nice.
Sweet.
It hisses.
You know what? I'll even add on some sneak attack. Ooh, that's making up for them fucking snake eyes.
Woofers.
Okay, well.
That'll do.
Hell
Alright,
yeah.
you drive the Hawk's Blade in deep.
23 to hit for
That
you.
kills it.
Yep.
Or at least knocks it unconscious.
Wham.
Swing.
And
Good shit.
then with my haste attack, Stabbo, just 10 damage. Just 10.
Just
Just
10.
I'll move that so I'm not obscuring any line attacks.
Alrighty. Steeb.
Okay, then since they're prone over there, I can't really do much shit against that. But this fucker is standing and illuminated.
Mm-hmm. Well, that will certainly hit. Ow.
12 gold.
Yeah, 17 gold. Actually, wait, no, that's not a
Let's do it.
Drake. He's not vulnerable to cold. Speaking of Drakes, though, this one is going to spend half of its movement to stand up. Will roar with rage, as it is indeed fueled by blood. It is then going to start stomping towards Theli. So it gets 1, 2, 3, just under its friend square. And then it is going to use a special ability to just charge straight into Theli. Slash, slash. Oh!
Some pretty good slashes.
Alright, Theli, get poked. And this Seeker here is going to dust itself off. It hisses in its tongue at its friends, and it's going to first... oh no. Yeah. Kate gave it a really good idea.
Fireball's back.
Not nearly as good, but yeah, it is going to send a AoE hurtling towards your back line. That is his encounter power ticked off. So, Albany's
Oh, they also have fireballs.
Whoa. Alright, good for her.
Hell yeah, Alba.
Arlie. Strength save. Whoa. She does, however, need to make a concentration check on haste after that. Okay, she's fine. Until he doesn't get stunned.
It's fine. You're good. Don't worry about it.
Yep. And Kate. Oh, everybody but Kate passes.
Unfortunate. So, where's the difficult terrain? Is it just all around here?
Yeah, let me put a little box down for you. There's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. And let me move it over 1, or 2 actually, I guess. Yep, there you go. And then the rest is just kind of down off the map. And then as a minor action, he is going to heal his friend over here. Womp.
Healing.
Yep, healing. So he sacrifices a vitality. His friend goes back to 11 hit points and gets a save on, or a bonus to his saving throws.
Pretty good bonus.
I was afraid that was the case when I dropped that Drake and you said, and it is killed. Or, well, dropped to 0 hit points. I was like, oh, this motherfucker's got healers.
Yeah.
I knew it. I fucking absolutely knew it, but I was not gonna put that evil out there.
Alright, Arlie is gonna 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, just kind of slide around here. And let's try and finish off the guy next to Theli, I suppose? With a chromatic orb. Nice. Yeah, that'll do it. Boom.
Presumably set to gold to fuck this dead air. Hell
Right,
yeah.
that stone scale is obliterated.
Thank you.
She flashes you a
Just
grin.
be a second while I grab a drink.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Kate's going to get out of the AoE. And let's see. Let's go ahead and put an Inspiring Cadence on Arlene so that she can maintain her haste. Then as a standard action, Earthen Fist the stone scale next to Tori that's injured.
Bonk.
Yeah, 10 damage. Not bad.
Oh, for some. Oh, Ironwood.
That's from melee attack.
Yeah, her melee bonuses do not apply. And she will slide him over here to be out of the way for her and Vale. Ashe.
Okay. Let us begin by converting sorcery points into a 3rd level spell slot.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. We're going to do another fireball. I believe here is fine. Yes. It'll hit these 3. And we
Well,
are
frankly,
not
that's just
adding,
kind of rude.
we are not increasing it by another 2 this time. It's just going to be the standard +2 from my Sorcerer Surge.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I kind of don't want to drain my brain like so fast so quickly.
Not on this encounter. Yeah, don't want to blow all your brains all at once.
Blow your entire load. Okay, well, it knocks that tone scale down no matter what, sadly.
Regardless.
Alright, Zidrake, deck save. He's fine, so he takes like 6 damage. And
Understandable.
the Seeker, who is up, Whoa, he will take 11.
Dang, clearly I should have done the +2.
Yeah,
Oh well.
would have made a difference.
Well, it only would have mattered for him.
It only would matter for him. Let's see here. Movement-wise, I'll be honest, there's nothing really... Well, I guess I can move forward, but... He'll just Earthen Fist again, and he's just a big zone, so... I think I'm okay where I'm at.
Okay. Keener, are you back?
Yes, I'm here.
Excellent. It's your turn.
Oh, good.
I'm back too.
I'm going to move around this guy, and I will whack him.
Hell yeah. Alright, 2 hits. And he's immobilized. Lizard tries to move its feet, but they just won't get off the ground. Alright. Yeah, this dwarf is gonna get up on a knee and just wave his arms. What are you doing, you daft bastards? Stop making so much noise! And he's gonna follow that up by trying to hide.
Uh-oh.
Okay, that's a good point.
Oh, he is the knight! Just go prone on top of that and scoot away. Alba. Oh dear. 6. She is going to try and knock this guy down before he can cast more spells. Let's go for a 2nd level chromatic orb. That did not include the extra damage, but it didn't matter. I'm pretty sure that's enough to drop him. It is. If it hit, which it did. Sad.
So you have any sources of inspiration that might be able to make that better?
I mean,
I'm
Kate
afraid
could
I
just
am inspo-less.
spend hers. Suppose she will.
Yeah, I mean, it's worth it if you can knock him out.
Yeah, it's true. Alright, just gonna re-roll the attack. That mattered, yep.
Nice.
Oh,
That
nice.
knocks out the mage in the back. Good
Wonderful.
job, Alba. Alright, Stone Scale. This guy is still up and is gonna make it everyone's problem. So, he is going to turn on Reckless Attack. He is going to turn on Raging Earth Aura. He just takes a low stance and roars, and the very earth around him starts shaking. And he is going to just swing his axe into Vale. Or, actually, Tori was in melee with him first, so into Tori.
Yeah.
Alright. Swing bada bada.
Whoa.
Ow. Harry.
That makes sense. Alright. Before that Drake goes, the mountain itself begins to shudder, and across the little stream, you see the face of rock tear itself free. And it just lets out a roar that shakes you down to your bones before it comes barreling across the river. Do any of you speak Giantish?
I know some swear words.
Let's see here.
Well, you're
Giantish.
hearing a lot of swear words.
Yes.
No, do not speak Giantish.
Yeah, I understand it.
Right. Did you mark off a vitality today for comp language?
Yep.
Alright. Then yeah, this giant is cursing at all of you and yelling to get off his fucking lawn. But that's about all he can do in terms of movement. So, you know what? We can, however, throw a rock. Let's see. Hey, Kina, roll me a d4.
This guy was the last one to make noise.
The one to make the huge roar,
yeah.
the earth roar.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
boy.
he's throwing it into somebody in that squunch. He doesn't know who did it. 'Cause he had his eyes closed. He was sleeping. Alright, it is in fact Mr. Rory Pants.
Hell yeah.
Yeet! Alright. Just gets slammed. The rock does not seem to do as much damage to the lizard as you might expect. Oh, this guy has extra attack. Yeet number 2. Alright, this lizard gets slammed by 2, like, veil-sized rocks.
I see now what Alba meant when she said Tori and a stone giant might not be compatible.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about? Its attitude, necessarily. So, before Tori goes, the mountain
She'll help
shakes
him get
over
his rocks
here.
off.
Uh-oh.
Screw you. I was trying to figure out how to make that joke.
Bonk, bonk. It just
okay, good.
slams a hammer made of stone down on Kate twice, that she deftly ducks and pirouettes out of the way. Tori.
Jeez. Get rid of the lizard so we can get out of their hair. Ooh, that was on the illuminated one, so I assume he's gone.
Yeah.
Super splinched.
Squish. Although the illumination
And then
also ended.
gang up on Rock Guy.
Yeah, fuck that guy. Well, he was reckless attacking, so it's a hit.
Oh, yay!
Woo!
Crit.
No?
Oh, wait, needed right.
This
The
isn't crit
first
on
one on the
19.
knocked him out.
Well, the
right
first
there,
one
sorry.
was on the other guy.
Yeah.
14?
That is still a hit. He's a brute.
Nice.
AC bad.
Is this guy, though, DR5 normal?
Yes, he does have DR5 mundane, but actually, Tori, do your claws count as magic?
Yep.
Yeah, I thought so.
Dope.
Everything counts as magic.
Yep, and her spear is
Nice.
also magic. So yeah, that seeker is unconscious, but not dead actually. Nice for him.
Good
Felly.
for him. Alright. I hiss at this Drake. If you run, you can live.
Make an intimidate check. He's
I
not
was going to make animal handling.
Sure, that works too. It is, in fact, a dumb animal. Let's see. I'm going to be honest,
But
you
is
don't
it
really
that
like the
dumb?
people you're with, so I'm going to make this a disadvantage. Okay,
Nice.
good enough.
It is that dumb.
Drake's like, sayonara. And fucking leaves.
Yeah. Come over to this dude. Mark him.
Alright.
And probably ironwood him so that it counts as magical.
Well, I will say that, like, the animal handling will be a minor action, but also it's
Okay,
one
then.
damage, so who cares?
Yeah. I'll get over it. It's 7 damage, and then my haste action is an unfortunately quite normal stab of 4 damage. And then I will back away over to, like, here.
Okay.
The guy would like to try an oppie, he is welcome to do so.
He... Ooh. You know, he's gonna risk it for the biscuit. He's fucking mad as shit. And he's a recklessing barbarian. Whoomp. Well, that is a 20 to hit you because he's reckless.
But
Damn it.
that-
Oh,
But
but
Tori
also
also
he's
hits
swinging
him.
at me and someone else's guardian aura.
yeah, that was in her.
Oh, that's
yeah,
right.
That's
He
a
has
flat roll,
disadvantage.
so he misses.
He has
Fair enough.
disadvantage.
Alright.
And the veil
And-
can hit him with the weakening blast.
It would be Tori.
No, he's in
'cause-
my aura, and
Oh,
I
Tori.
hit him with 11 and prone him.
Sweet. Thump.
Oh, wait, no, not prone anymore. Days.
Days. Ooh.
Ooh, days. Alright.
Nice.
Alright, Steve.
Just checking. Doesn't Ruby as a gargoyle doesn't speak giantish, correct?
I
I
would
don't
think
know.
so.
I don't think we know what she speaks.
Don't know why she would.
Technically, she doesn't have any languages, but yeah, she speaks Arunan, or whatever language Theli primarily speaks. Which these days is Arunan. It's whatever you're
These days
using
it
as your common tongue.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then I'm going to Divine Resilience. I know that's gonna go well over.
Nice.
I take it the tanks, and Kate would like some of that.
Yeah, Kay would like that.
Yes, please.
Vale still has all her temp HP, though.
Yes, I've not actually been hit.
I do not. And I would love
Okay.
some.
So I move out of. There's this 2. Okay, and let's see. Divine Resilience on people that would be 10 temporary hit points.
Alright.
It'll be on Kate, on Tori, and who else is going to be needing it?
Arlene raises his hand in background.
Sure.
Nice.
And then I move my rest of the way away.
Alright. Mountain Drake fucked off. That guy gets to make his death save. Chokes on all the earth explosions and dies. Arlie. Well, this guy has decided to be hostile, so we're just gonna come on over here and give him the old burning hands right in the face. Actually,
Burning
no.
hams.
We're gonna Curse of Darkness him.
If it works.
Yeah, it will be quite funny if it works, but we'll see. One of these days it's going to work, and she'll permanently
Is she
blind
staying
some
that
bastard.
close then? If she's doing the other ranged ability,
She. Oh, that's true. She doesn't have to actually get close at all.
doesn't have to sprint into the danger zone.
I
It
guess.
does get to make this first save and then like other.
It
Oh,
fails.
It's blinded.
It is
Amazing.
actually just blind. Haha. It
Nice.
actually worked for once.
I feel you, buddy.
Alright, just needs to fail like what, 2 more and then it's
Yep.
permanent.
Yeah, we don't necessarily want it to be permanent.
I mean, it attacked you guys. She doesn't care.
Yeah.
Fuck him.
We're trespassing.
Oh no, it's a mountain
You-
and they decide to attack us.
Look,
Yeah.
Castle Doctrine, you have to say something
We-
before you just shoot the dude.
This one said something.
Yeah, and then it shot you immediately
Yeah, he
before anyone
did.
had a
Yeah,
chance to
he
do
was
anything.
still. None of us.
He shot
got a
you
chance
through
to
the
say,
door.
All right, we're leaving. Yeah, that motherfucker. Like, they didn't give us a chance. They're going down.
Alright, so yeah, Kate is going to, I guess let's go ahead and start stabbing. We'll pull out
Here
her
I go
Masterwork Rapier and give this guy the pokes.
A delightful reply.
And she can get the fuck away from him because he got the opportunity.
Yep. So he takes 18 damage, and yeah, Kate's gonna GTFO.
Do they take any extra from Thunder or Force?
No, but they do not take any less from her weapon being mundane, so she's got that going for her.
That's good.
Alright, Ashe.
Okay. How much do we want to juice up before going after that stone golem? Do we want to put another d6 onto my weapon? Probably a good idea, rather than smiting. Yeah. Minor action, we're going to cast Tristan's Faithful Weapon. Make my weapon even stronger.
Hell yeah.
Let's see here. Then 2,
Yay.
4, 5. And we're going to Black Flame Blade, the stone giant. 25 for 18.
Ow. Yep, that'll do it.
What? Why are you in the giants? We can just take care of the lizards.
It
Then get outta
attacked
here.
us.
We're kind of walking all over its house.
No one can tell this place is the guy's house.
Oh,
These guys
The
are
dwarf
clearly a
knew.
danger.
Let's see.
Dwarf didn't
No,
know
that one's
shit.
blind now. I'm
Take care of the shit that is next to you first.
pretty sure Tori can do that. Can tank these guys. I would like to make sure that this other giant is not going to advance on anyone else.
Yep.
that's the one that's still attacking the lizards.
For God's sakes. Beat up this guy.
If you finish off that guy, you can go get him. Nice.
He was recklessing, so you nailed him with a crit.
I mean, even if he
Hell
wasn't
yeah.
recklessing, he's in my aura.
Alright.
Well, if it's a crit, let's see here.
Smite, 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 smite.
Yeah, that's 4d6 for a frost rime bite.
That knocks him out. He is frozen. Monsieur Dwarf is going to yell, "Let's get out of here!" and just slides on down the side here.
We'll
and
meet you back at your tent then.
We're just run across the field here. Alright, and that is, yeah, he's just gonna double move. Let's
Sure, if
Solid
he wants to
plan.
get
move
behind the
off,
Centaur.
makes sense.
Solid
Fair
plan.
enough.
Alright, Alba is going to scoodle back, clamber up onto some rocks, and let's try and blast the giant with some thunder.
Would she have advantage from not being from being concealed from him?
Yeah, you have advantage to attack blind
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
Which
What
helps.
are they going to do about it?
Nice.
Definitely helps.
Boom. Alright. The stone scale, does he get to live? Yes. Until this giant comes along. Hey, remember when I said these guys have a breath attack?
Yeah. How big's their breath attack?
About that big.
That's pretty big.
Yeah. This thing is just gonna plant its feet and barf up all over you guys. Ooh! Big numbers.
Pretty good one too.
Oh yeah, that's 2 6s in there.
What was that about? Attacking the
Alright,
lizards.
so
He would
that
have
guy
been able to
dies.
walk right around you if he really wanted to hit the
That
lizards.
guy dies. That guy dies. Alright, so Kate, deck save.
Ow.
Good.
Nice.
She takes 9 acid. Let's see, that random stone scale barbarian makes deck save. He actually passes, so takes 9 damage.
Wait. Does being immortalized do anything for him like on that then?
No, he would have to be restrained.
Disadvantage on dex saves.
Huh.
Indeed it does.
Oh, okay, nice.
Well, Andy's under now. Not that it really matters all that much to him. Alright, and then, yeah, I need one from Steve as well.
Steve.
Oh,
Oh.
Yep.
you are sundared.
I will try to imp myself out of that at least.
Understandable.
Hmm.
Nope. Alright.
Yes.
Sundered and 19 acid damage.
Ow.
Yep.
Ouchies.
Actually, Kate. should get those 9 HP back. Instead, take like 4 temp HP damage. Cool.
Did she succeed a save?
And she did.
She did.
Yes. So she takes
Yeah, so
very little
that's-
damage, thanks to divine
Yeah,
resilience.
so that's like
Oh yes, and your civilian
9
friend.
and 4.
This is not great for him.
No, it's not going to be good.
Oh, never
No,
mind,
it
he's
might be
fine.
pretty good for
Oh.
him.
He
Yeah.
just fucking backflips out of there.
Screw that.
This tuck and roll
Pro.
dwarfo.
It's no wonder he's still alive.
Yeah, for a dwarf, this guy is quite speedy.
No wonder if he's so dexterous.
As he
no
get-
wonder
as he
the other
gets in
dwarves
range,
consider
I
him
give him
ugly
a-
as sin.
I give him a high five as he fucking tuck and rolls over. Fucking
I have no
sweet.
idea who you people are, but I'm glad to see you anyway.
I take it you're Ingo?
Yeah, Ingo Evka, scholar and adventurer at your service.
Good
Nice
news
to
for you. We
meet
were
ya.
looking for you. Blindo.
Yep, Blindo's just gonna shuffle over here and
Repeat the breath weapon.
yep.
Yeah, I can't. Well, he's. Do I get to make an attack of opportunity? For that sort of thing?
No, because it's a close attack.
Right.
All right. Kate succeeds. Stone Barbarian fails, and then oh yeah, I should roll for damage.
My girl
Oof.
just pirouetting through all these breath weapons.
Another 4.
Yep, another 4 on
It's,
Kate, another 18 on the Barbarian. And then, yeah, I need saves from Steve, Tori, and Vale.
Okay, so dex save.
Oof.
Oof.
Alright, you are sundered.
Oof.
Yeah, I already was.
Oof. Alright, you get a sunder, and you get a sunder. Everybody gets a sunder. Except Kate.
My
Alright.
girl stays winning.
Yep. Theli, it is your turn.
Me. Alrighty then. This is all difficult terrain, right?
Yep.
However, I'm real.
Actually, no.
quick.
It's difficult terrain up here.
Oh, it's only difficult. Okay, cool.
Yeah, only the original blast.
Then I'll ignore Blindo for now and come up over here. Worry, triple stab. Guess Quarry will be Thunder.
Alright. So, 12, 22 damage. Nice.
Yep.
Oh yeah, that giant gets to make a con save against his blindness. Alright, he is no longer
There is a
blind.
third stab in there because I am Lehesto.
Oh, that's true.
No more blindo.
7 more. Poke. Alright, you carve up his butt nicely. Steve, you are quite hurt.
I am very hurt. Sadly, I do not have any strong healing spells anymore. So I am going to use a second level alchemical item mixture, which means use 2 uses of them for a level 2. So I only have 1 left today.
I mean, until we short
Jesus.
rest.
Oh, yeah, then I get 1 back.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I will have to cure wounds. Comes to level 3 strong. Cure wounds, where the fuck are you? There you are. No, you're a piece of shit. Fuck off. Forget that. So, with 7, and then roll 2d8. First level, second. No, that would be, yeah. 2 levels above. Yeah, that's.
Yeah, so you'd want one more d8 for a third level.
So 7 to that, another 10, so.
Yeah, so 17 plus
17
surge.
plus fit. Plus fit.
Yes.
It's not force.
So
Which is
18 hit points total.
uh, 7, 10, 7. So that's 17. And then my wit. There we go. Which is on 11 because 44 health.
Yeah, see, you still got almost back to full. Look at you go.
Yeah, it's hurt like a monk. Yes.
Nice
and,
strong healing spell, she says.
Yeah. Hey, I play a fucking bear as well, so. And then let's see who else doesn't have. I don't have anything else. I will chuck a second. I will sacrifice vitality to eat a potion
Okay.
of 8 or 2. So I get a second level ring.
You're done. Then Arlene is gonna, I guess. Now she's gonna come up here and cast Burning Hands and get these two guys. Alright. Let's... What about a
Two guys.
third level Burning Hands? How about that?
Wow.
That sounds pretty good.
So that is 2d6 extra per level. So...
That's pretty good.
Oh,
Alright, so 24 damage if they fail their saves. Okay, fine then. Alright, so that knocks out the stone scale and does 12 damage to the giant. Kate.
why is she close when she has haste? When she concentrate on the haste spell?
Because she can't get away without like provoking an attack of
Without
opportunity.
provoking an OP. She's gotten into melee to do a double person burning hands. I've been put kind of in the fucking shitter by it, but you know.
Mm-hmm.
That'll be fine.
It'll be fine.
It'll be fine.
Kate is gonna come on up. Rapier this guy question. Poke. Let's see, is anyone still hurt? Yeah, Vale is. So she's then gonna come up here and cast Heroism on Vale. And let's do it at second level. So
Does it?
Vale, you get 20 temporary hit points. Enjoy.
Okay.
Ashe, it is your turn.
Alright, let's bring your focus onto me. Black Flame Blade. It's a crit.
Oh,
Nice.
So you know I gotta do a smite.
You gotta.
Yeah.
Too bad you
you'll
rolled
use...
shit.
What?
I'm looking at the damage.
Okay.
it's all right.
Let's see here. Sorcerer's Burning. We'll do it at second level. It is a crit. Have an extra 38.
Oh,
That's
there
the
you go.
damage.
Look at
Alright.
that.
So what's
Look
the,
at that.
what
Look at those
total
dice.
We're talking about here. Whoa.
Yeah, let me add it.
Yeah, I was
Let me
looking-
add
Holy
it up
shit.
for you. 8 plus 14 plus 38. 60 damage.
Yeah.
Alright. Yeah, see, Theli, you're not in the shitter at all. What are you talking about?
Blam.
Yeah, so it would seem. That was a
Vale.
fucking
It
absolute hell of a roll.
is your turn.
Can I go up here? And I'm going to
Ve-
breath attack.
Veil.
What?
Please
What?
knock out that giant. If it hits,
Yeah,
if it hits
it
Arlene, I
has
get
it-
stunned.
It has its breath attack recharged too.
That's true. I did recharge his
Like,
breath attack. I did just
even
recharge it.
even if you want to go to this one, there's no reason not to poke this one first, just in case.
Don't worry, you don't even need to get close. You can just hit them.
And like just so it's in character, Dora will be like, "Finish that one off, please. I don't want to get breathed on again. Knock him out."
Ugh.
Okay. It can't not get knocked out. Bolt.
Oh, of course. Very fucking.
Alright. Yo. Is it
I
going to
appreciate the surety.
return to. Let's get out of here. 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. Just run. Alba. Come along over here. And, yeah, chromatic orb. Ow. Sad. That guy is very dead. Giant. He's going to whirl around and try and bash Vale in. Bonk. Bonk. I think he gets one hit in.
One now.
Well, the first one will hit.
Alright. And strength save or be knocked prone.
Do I do that? I do. I'll parry his attack, so I'll take all
No.
the
Yeah.
How could you do this to me? Alright, and this other giant gets to make a death save. Okay.
Nice.
He doesn't crit. I'm sad.
No.
Alright.
So that's good.
Tori, it is your turn.
Actually, no. I'm going to.
Yeah.
Actually, there is no better place for me to move. Gotta put you back to sleep. Chunk. Oh.
Miss. Hit.
Shame about the damage.
Miss.
Plunk.
His stony hide proves quite difficult for you to tear into.
No.
Feli,
The
let's see
wolf
about
god
his
has
stony
come.
backside. That is 3 resounding hits. So,
Nice.
13, 9, and 9. Alright, Steeb.
Well, the wolf aura is in effect, so
Mhm.
advantage to shoot some bitch. Yeah, so with that, we'll try for.
Oh yeah, hold on. I almost forgot. Actually, no, he doesn't want to do that. Never mind. Carry on. Be a terrible idea.
What, doesn't want to retaliate next to the
No,
Paladin?
no, he'll say that for when Vale hits him.
Okay.
22 for.
Alright, by the grace of
get
Wolfara,
fucked.
Right,
Yeah,
he
and
gets his
can't
breath
heal
attack
himself.
back. Arlene. Alright, chromatic orb.
Oh.
Oh. That's the saddest damage I've ever seen too. Alright.
Yeah.
Actually, no, it's not the saddest damage I've ever seen. I saw double ones earlier. Kate. Avant. Poke. No. Ashe. AC 15, proving
Avant.
to be indomitable.
Yes, indeed. All right, let's see here. Do I have enough? I do. Cool. Avant. Black Blade Blade. 17?
That'll hit for 13.
Mm-hmm.
Would you like to light one of your companions on fire?
No, I would not like to light one of my friends on fire.
A shame.
I was thinking,
Right, Vale, you're up.
I will now get up and will attack.
Okay.
That was the wrong button.
Well, I mean...
It hit
it's-
anyway, so. It's
Yeah,
still
it's a
in
hit
my aura.
anyways.
Yep, it is a hit. He will then take the opportunity to furiously rebuke you. Bonk. And crit you.
Whoa.
I will parry
How
him.
about you don't crit him?
It's fine.
Twist
I'm
of
just gonna parry it. It's fine.
Can parry that's like really low damage. They don't need to twist or fade.
That 21 damage.
Yes, and it's a 2 and a 1 and 2 4s on the dice.
And it's getting reduced down to 10 damage.
Yeah.
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 It's
And
one
then
of the
as
lower
a
rolls it could be in.
and then as a
Yeah.
minor action,
Weird.
I'll lay on hands myself.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm still twist of fading to see if it misses.
Okay.
Because inspiration.
Okay.
Stone Giant. Hammer. It misses. Woo.
Oh, look at that.
Alright. Ingo is gonna get off the map. Goodbye, friends. Actually escaped this encounter basically unharmed. He wasn't even bloodied.
Yeah.
Alba. Dark Souls PvP. Yay!
Nice.
Boom. The stone giant from Hell's heart he breathes at
You
thee.
already had him go.
No, that was his furious rebuke.
Oh, no, yeah, you're right. Because I forgot.
Yeah.
He's in Veilzara to start with, right?
Yeah, he was in Veilzara.
Yep.
Yep.
Nice. Steve's still in range.
God damn it.
Alright.
And we all have advantage on the save, so.
That's true.
Yeah, alright.
Now that it helped you.
Anybody have guidance?
Kate does.
Nice.
Let's see here. Half as much? Half as much. Cool.
Oh, wait,
And-
actually, well, see if she needs it first.
No, she crit.
Oh, well, how about that?
Okay,
And
advantage on the
used up the
save,
last
you
of her
say?
temp HP.
Good.
Alright. He no longer has his breath attack. And, yeah, I think Tori and Thelerien can probably take this to the hoop.
You need to knock him out.
Mama say not. Mama say not you.
I mean, not like that. Right, Tori misses twice, Theli misses
No,
all
wait,
but one.
that was a reckless, so I've missed once. And then hit.
Alright. And you drop him. And technically Theli drops him after you, but whatever.
Nice.
By your powers combined, you knocked this giant unconscious.
Nice.
Alright then. Let's go meet back up with Ingo. then.
Well, wait. Does the giant survive? Or are
Yes,
they
they
dead?
survived.
They survived.
They made their saves. Well, this one was knocked out, and that one made its save.
Yep.
Mhm.
Well, I suppose we should look at the stone scale. Do the stone scales have like any bags or anything on them, or they're just carrying like just their like tribal clothes and like weapons?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can make an investigate check. See if you turn up anything interesting.
Greyhawk the
Greyhawk.
lizards. No, I haven't. What about you?
Do you want me to?
Yeah, I assume you
Yeah.
were wanting to go over them, so that's
28.
Nice.
Alright, so on the lizards you find 1, 2 great bows, 1, 2, 3, 4 great axes. You find with a 28, find about 280 copper pieces, and then 50 or so small, polished, smooth stone ovoids, roughly thumb-sized. They look to be important to the lizard folk, but their purpose is not immediately apparent.
Stone gold.
Alright, well, let's take those and head back over to Ingo.
Okay, I'm just waiting to see if this fucker makes his
Fucking I
death
have
save
no
or
idea.
not.
He doesn't have to, he was knocked
He
unconscious.
doesn't have to. He was
Yeah,
unconscious.
he's good.
Oh, it was.
He
Okay.
was knocked
They are fine.
unconscious, not a like a
Yeah,
strike to kill.
They just pulled the blow. They chose to non-lethal.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. And I was just thinking of like giant strength stuff, but that's just me.
Yeah, typically like giant strength
I
stuff,
am.
we have to like
Look, they're unconscious
them.
and helpless. You could just murder them and steal their parts for, potions and magical items.
Okay, no, I wasn't sure if anyone wanted, so.
Yeah, they could be a nice belt.
Come on, Steve, give in to the voices. Murder people while they're unconscious and steal their organs.
I mean, you don't have to do that to them. There's a perfectly good Drake right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not gonna know because y'all. Alright, okay, now we need them alive. But, okay, so it's skinning the Drake and getting parts of that.
I mean, if
It's
you
just
really
it's
want
just a
to,
Drake.
I
I'd
think
just
you're
do a
gonna get
survival
anything
for
from it.
like meat.
Yeah.
Bit of tasty Drake meat. I'm fine with. There you go.
I'll taste the Drake meat then.
Alright. Yeah, this guy can be turned into 2 rations worth of drake meat. Unfortunately, he is, like, very long and spindly, but not very meaty. And then, yeah, you guys can return to Ingo's camp. You can actually put him on the camp. When you arrive back there, like half an hour later, you find the dwarf hurriedly collecting his scattered books and belongings. He's already in the process of taking down his tent. Getting the fuck off this accursed mountain.
Yes, I would recommend that.
Yes, thank you again for the timely rescue. Not sure I was going to make it out of that one.
It's quite all right. We were
You
on
should-
the lookout for you anyway, given that you're considered missing currently in Neverson.
Yeah, you should thank whoever put up a wanted.
I'm surprised they cared. That's nice to know.
Yeah, they had a
Though
notice up.
they noticed it wasn't very flattering.
It was a little rude.
A little rude. Well, I guess it was put up by Yari then. Old hag. That's alright, though.
As long as you're doing well.
Before you
Yeah,
head off, though,
He looks down at his ruined campsite and throws his hands up. Well as I can be, things being what they are.
right,
Yeah,
well,
I will have recovered. If I remember rightly, I used a dagger to like take his mess tin off the fire before it completely melted the damn thing.
yeah, before you head off, though, any words of advice for going deeper into the mountain? There's a tower that we're going towards, and possibly wyverns as well.
Oh, Yenflower's Tower, yes. That's unfortunately where those lizard creatures have their abode. Wouldn't recommend it.
Oh,
Oh, don't worry, that just means it's unfortunate for them.
yeah.
Yeah, we kind of have to go there.
Yeah, well, it's just not, like, 5 or 6 of them there. It's about 100.
Oh,
Interesting.
In that case, maybe we can talk to him.
You can certainly try, friends. I've had no particular success. They are territorial, and everything on this fucking mountain is. Man can't do a decent bit of studying around here for nothing.
So it seems.
Yeah, we noticed.
He'll throw his satchel over his back and heft it up. Right, I'm going to get off this mountain before it kills me.
Yeah,
Thank you again, my
definitely
friends.
going
I
down.
wish I had something to reward you with for your timely intervention, but I am, as they say, broke as a joke.
Yeah.
Don't
Just
worry about
mention
it.
to your friend in Neverson that we saved you.
Yep.
Yes, I will do so. Who am I telling Yari saved me, by the way?
I'll give my name. I'm Ashe. This here is Estelle, Kate, and Tori, Vale, and so on and so forth. I go through everyone.
Ah, yes. You'll shake a finger at Vale and sort of bow. Lady Alaris, right, Doctor? Wait. He points at Steve a second. You write those disease books, right?
Yes, this is the manuals.
Yes, fascinating work. I read a couple. Alright, goodbye. Just toddle
Yep,
Take
off.
care, be safe.
A man of refined intelligence, then.
Very.
Let's go find a good campsite then and
Yeah.
rest up for the night before heading in deeper.
Oh,
Kate will just sort of point down. I think we found one.
Yes, this is true. This could work out well. I'm afraid no
Yeah.
tower tonight.
I don't know. It
friends.
didn't work out that well for him, did it? But yes, no, it's a fine spot.
It's a good spot as long
afraid-
as you have someone to keep watch. Which he
Yeah.
clearly didn't.
As long as
Looks
we
like they
stick
snuck
by
up on
it.
him during breakfast.
So it seems. Afraid no tower tonight. Don't have the spells for it, nor is it probably a good idea.
No, I don't fancy fighting 100 lizard folk any which way.
mhm.
Wonder what a dwarf was doing out on top of the mountain with a bunch of books.
Yeah, I guess we should have asked what he was investigating. He said, or what he was researching.
I'm not sure he would tell us. He seemed in quite the hurry to get out of here.
Eh.
If I had to bet, probably prospecting locations for new minerals or something along those lines.
He referred to
Maybe.
himself as a scholar, not a prospector, so maybe he was looking for something, ancient ruinsy.
I did seem
Or
to know
indeed
that
found out
Yenflower
that the
Tower.
tower was.
That's
Yeah.
true. We did know
Yeah.
about that.
Kate'll give Felly the finger guns. Well,
We can ask him if he's back in town when we get down there.
for now, let's take a rest. That took the wind right out of me.
Indeed.
Sure. I'm mostly fine. I'll help take first watch.
Good old 5-minute workday.
Are we able to get a full long rest in?
Well, I am going to ask for 3 survival checks from different people. Or perception, one of the two. Okay. Fine be that way.
Okay, I think we're good.
You fucking done. You deserve this. Yeah, get what you deserve.
Alright, and I need one more check from somebody. Guess it could just be Kate. Actually, she's dog shit at that.
Yo, I can do that.
Alright, well then
Perception
fucking
or
do it.
survival.
Yeah, perception or survival.
Either one.
Either or.
Whichever's higher.
20.
Nice.
Oh, okay. There are a few groups of lizardmen that approach during the night, but either through disguising your camp's presence or using your bushcraft to distract or dissuade them, they do not attack the party during the night. However, Theli, you do see something rather unusual in the evening. So it is probably about midnight, but up here it's surprisingly bright in the middle of the night. The moon is still a crescent in the sky and the stars are out shining. The air is cool and clear and there's not a cloud in sight, except a shape moving over the mountains, large, sweeping across the sea of stars above. Now, your blind sight only lasts about 30 meters.
Yeah, so I assume I saw a shadow across the floor.
Yeah, you're seeing a shadow across the floor while the rest of the folk on watch with you, probably like Arlene and Alba, sort of gasp. Was that a dragon?
Is it still in view as they ask that?
Yes. It does not appear to be going anywhere particularly quickly. It is sort of lazily beating its wings across the sky.
Cover your eyes, and then I'm going to once I'm sure she's covered her eyes, like I'm not gonna do the old just like and then put it up and good luck to him. No, I wait until I can see Arlene's
Yeah,
covered
Arlene
face
will
before I.
turn away from you and cover her eyes. Olive just
Yeah,
kind of sits
no.
there like, yeah, what up?
Yeah, well, not a big deal for her. And I will push the blindfold up and take a look properly.
Alright. Let's see. I just need to see how your thing works here for a second. Yeah,
It's
ends his turn able to see you. Okay.
there ain't no
Have a
way. Like, if I think that there is a way that this works, like at that incredible distance, then I wouldn't.
I mean,
I
you don't know.
wouldn't do much.
So here's the
I
thing.
guess I
It's
don't
not
know.
actually that far away from you.
Actually,
You
it's
think it is, but it's not.
Oh, yeah. I put my
It is
blindfold
quite a bit
away
closer,
real
in
quick.
fact. So I'm just gonna make a quick saving throw here. Hold on. I mean, it'll probably be fine. Most dragons have legendary resistances anyway. So that's DC what? 11, like 14 or 15?
Yeah, my con mod is Mighty 2.
Alright, so yeah,
Yes,
13 then.
13.
Okay.
Yeah, and when I see that actually that close, I'll just quickly put my mask down.
Yeah,
Oh, they were closer than expected.
You do see, in fact, a mighty draconic shape lazily cresting the mountains, and it pauses and sort of looks directly at you for a moment, and its wings sweep wide, and it U-turns and leaves. Like, oh, fuck. Dragon immediately decided it came to the wrong neighborhood.
Incredibly uncomfortable
Boy.
fairly noises. Hangs
Uh-oh.
head. Oh, shit. That never feels good.
What happened?
It was closer to us than I thought. We made eye contact.
You made eye contact with a dragon in the night? How's that work?
They have very good vision, and I have very dangerous eyes.
Did you get a
Did
look
not
at
know
it?
they were... I did, yes. Admittedly, a quick one when I realized. And yeah, what color would this dragon?
What is your passive perception? Let's see just how much detail you pick up, per se.
15.
Alright, a 15. Let me get that sheet back out right quick. Alright, this was definitely quite a large dragon. Like, of unusual girth and wingspan. Substantially, well, no, about the size of the fellow you met down in Broadstone. Not quite as
Okay.
rotund.
Damn.
It had
Perhaps his
Wait,
life.
sweeping...
that dragon?
had sweeping black horns protruding from a coat of red and gold scales that brilliantly caught the light to the stars, and a pair of piercing, almost residium blue eyes.
Was that Lavanya?
Hmm?
That
She squints. Like, Lavanya had the blue
I mean-
eyes, right?
Lavanya does have blue
Yeah.
eyes, yes. And
It's
The red
not
and the
a far
gold.
out there, guess.
Yeah.
the colors certainly match, if Lavanya was some sort of dragon incognito.
Yeah, indeed. And she has the sweeping dragon style horns. Yeah, Thel's just gonna like rub the bridge of her nose. Now, she probably didn't want us to know, but I have a sneaking suspicion that was Lavanya. It would also explain why at the moment we made eye contact, she about-faced very quickly. So as not to be rumbled.
Huh.
I mean, it makes sense. Kind of figured she was in the first place, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I kind of got the vibe from the, breathing stuff in the middle of a tournament. But also, that shadow looked really big.
She might be hella fucking strong.
I guess?
It wouldn't surprise me. I mean, it's entirely possible that thanks to the, which I suppose now it's the first time I've ever really seen her eyes glowing. I don't detect that usually. I suspect that magic had something to do with being that strong. Residium or some kind of sorceress pact of some kind to make her big and strong immediately.
I guess I never really thought about what had happened to a dragon if it just ripped fat lines of residium.
They are magic, etc., etc.
Maybe somewhere out there's a whole residium mine somewhere she found. And just huffed the whole thing right up. Or maybe she's
I could see
layering
that.
in it here.
Yeah, I was gonna say that seems like a real valid lair spot.
Oh, wait. She said she was going on vacation anyway.
Yeah.
And that lady back in town said it was wyvern mating season. What if Lavanya's guarding a whole clutch of eggs out here?
I don't think that's the case because that would be like bestiality.
Well, no, I
Wyvern's
mean,
a
I mean, it could be
excuse.
dragon mating season too.
Oh, right. Good point. Maybe.
She was sure interested in that dragon fella from Broadstone.
It's entirely possible. Again, Steve, Felly doesn't see glow. She has no idea that
This
Steve
is
glows.
the first time Theli has seen.
She has
those
only
residium
ever
blue
seen
eyes.
someone have residium glow for the first time in thousands of
Yeah,
years.
but glow, but does she see colors?
She sees color, sure, but she's not going to judge you
Does
based
she
on
see-
your eye color. She's not looking for like the secret Ubermensch.
Felly doesn't know the +1 person conspiracy yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's way before that.
Yeah.
Realistically, I don't have a way of knowing or making that kind of logical leap for Steve. But that said, there's also a lot of weird shit about Steve that frankly goes unexplained.
Hell yeah.
It goes on back because nobody asks.
She doesn't know to ask. And you are also someone, as a player, infamously fond of keeping their cards as close to their chest as humanly possible.
Yes. I like the thing of like, if you want to know something, you should talk to the person.
Yep. But yeah, she'll ponder on all of this, mise and consider, before eventually shrugging. Impossible to say, but I feel like this is... Yeah, Lavanya's probably a dragon, and that was probably her. I don't know if she's the child-rearing type. She kind of didn't seem it. Unless she just wants to use mating season as a chance to get laid. Which, fair enough. Everyone has their moments. There's also, high sun, which is the top of the summer season. No clouds, lots and lots of sunlight. Many, many Medusans sort of sunning themselves. It's not only dragons that have their season.
Mm-hmm.
I guess that's true. Still, Arlene will scrunch her legs up to her chest and look skyward. Makes you think what other sorts of things could be hidden out here. These mountains, barely anyone comes out here anymore.
And that's what makes it interesting and exciting. It's what makes these places worth going to. Either to stop dangers from coming down, or to find out what's, hiding. Be it secrets or money or any of that kind of thing.
Secrets, monies, dragons incognito.
Mm-hmm. Riches, old forgotten places. I wonder if there's a sneaky way into that tower that's not through all of the lizards, now that I think about it.
Probably. These mountains are full of tunnels and caves.
Might be worth giving that a go instead.
Maybe the wizard had a basement somewhere?
Probably. I've done some muddling over how to get in or past that many people. I had one idea, but it feels... Does it even feel extreme? I'm not sure. Those men not really renowned for their ability to resist the temptation of eating humanoids. Considered spooking the Wyvern matriarch and then setting her on the stone lizards.
I mean, if they like eating people, and there's a whole bunch of them down there, why don't we just slap Tori on the ass a couple times and have her run through there and then lead them all off on a merry chase?
Heck, it could work. Tori is probably a lot faster than them. But I don't think she can make 100 lizards migrate.
Well, I don't know. They can probably feed the whole tribe for at least one meal.
Sure.
Just gotta distract them for like half an hour or so.
I guess. Maybe if she had Ashe on her back so that they could go invisible after. And Ashe would just fly off.
Mm-hmm.
We'll have to see if she's up for it. She is, carrying a ridiculous number of children. She might not really be up to the potential threat.
That's true.
I wouldn't put her out of hand. Maybe she is, prepared and the gumption. She's lasted a lot longer out here than I would with child.
Arlene just nods slowly. I guess pregnancy's easier when you got 4 legs.
Yeah, but I figure there's got to be a limit on it because she's become a sphere.
I mean, she kind of started as one, to be fair.
She leaned out after a little while, and then, just in time to sphere up again, I guess, but with a vengeance.
Hey, it's like what my mom does. You bulk and you cut, and you bulk and you cut.
Guess that's a way to describe it, yeah.
Just with more long-term responsibility at the end, I suppose.
Yeah. Whatever works, I guess.
Snickering, Arlene will just sort of flop back onto the grass, put hands behind head, stare into the stars.
Well, it was nice looking up at the sky for 5 whole seconds. It's a shame that the moment I did so, I put someone in danger that I know.
I mean, there's this dragon right there. It's gone now, and I can close my eyes if you wanna.
No, it's fine.
Oh, go on. There ain't no one else around in danger.
There could be, though. There could always be someone hiding and watching our group. I would hate to, wake up come morning and then find that poor dwarf scholar is like, I wonder if I should come back around to the camp. Then we just see his statue peering over the side, hands over eyes.
Oh, yeah, I guess.
Yeah. All it would take is one moment of accidental eye contact, and if the person isn't a dragon, I've just killed them.
That's an awful thing to have to live with, Ellie. I'm sorry.
It's fine. Well, I mean, it isn't, but it is also something I'm managing.
Arlene will just lean up and put a hand on your shoulder.
Don't worry about it. Alright, we'll wake up the next group of them, and then I'm gonna go crash.
Alright. Yes, I'll turn in too.
And yeah, who on that list was the second person?
Me.
Yeah, Tori.
Hmm?
Give her a flanker pat. Your turn.
Mm-hmm.
Also, just so you're aware, I think I saw Lavanya flying by at one point.
Flying by.
Yeah, I think she's a dragon.
Shit. Just like in the tournament.
Yeah. But then, noticed us and flew immediately away.
Well, yeah, I guess that makes sense. I don't know why else a dragon would run from us.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Anyway,
Neat, I guess.
indeed.
Have a good rest.
I shall. It's just gonna be clearly fucking just nightmares about turning people to stone again.
Oh no.
Hooray!
No.
Congrats, trauma re-unlocked.
Oh boy.
Aww.
She probably has like one of those really freakish, like recurring ones where it's just, tending
Her
to snakes like in a
girlfriend's
mirror.
face now that we've seen.
Sally,
Yeah.
why? As the party turns to stone.
Yeah, like all sorts of stuff like that. I think that classic one though is just like the blindfold slips, and no matter how much she tries to tighten it up, it just keeps unslipping. Yeah, fun for her. Fun.
Fun.
Alright, so you guys can take the benefit of a long rest.
Hooray! I get my intelligence back.
Yeah, your
Yay.
1 point of consumed int.
I go back to having a +1 int.
Woo!
Woo! You really feel that wrinkle coming in.
Ugh.
I gotta imagine it feels like, when you got like a word on the tip of your tongue, and then suddenly you like the damaged ability point comes back. You're like, that's what it was, right? Onomatopoeia. That was it.
That was
That
weird.
was driving me insane.
Yeah, no, that was weird. That was driving me a little bit crazy yesterday.
Kate will come up and boob at you from behind. What's up, sweetie?
I don't know. Felt like I was losing. Like articulating wasn't as good near the end of the day yesterday.
Yeah, it was
Like
a
mine
pretty
was a
rough
bit
climb.
slower.
I was pretty
Think you're
tired
getting
myself.
dumber?
I don't know. Mine just felt slower. More giggly too.
Taking a whole gulp of the bimbo juice.
I'm rubbing off on you.
Happened when I made that fireball a lot harder to dodge or whatever.
Your magic head is making you more like me.
That's probably exactly what that is, isn't it? Oh,
I would
by the
wager
way,
so.
Graham's
saw
had a magic
Lavanya
head
last
today.
night. At least I'm pretty sure it was her flying overhead in dragon form.
So you're telling me now on this adventure we've got bimbos and dragons? This day's looking up and up.
Well, the dragon saw us and pieced the fuck out. Or, well, I suppose more correctly, saw me and pieced the fuck out.
Well, can't be Lavanya then.
Well,
Yeah.
maybe she actually thinks that none of us can tell she's a dragon.
She doesn't exactly hide it.
Yeah, I
I
don't
mean, I guess
think
you could try
Lavanya.
and
Lavagna's either A, stupid, or B, thinks we're stupid.
Yeah. Maybe she's afraid we'd harsh her vacation.
Alternatively, maybe just some random dragon.
Yeah. Well, whoever they were, they saw me, admittedly, a bit too closely and then left.
Maybe it was Lavagna's kid.
They were massive.
Or
It was
husband.
very unlikely. It would be like a father or like a parent.
Daddy.
They were huge.
How
Man.
massive are we talking? Are we talking like the one from Broadstone massive?
Yes, but not fat. Just big.
He was a bara hunk.
And Lavagna doesn't give me mom energy, so I don't think she's got any kids running around. She has the I'm looking for kids pretty desperately kind of vibe, you know what I mean?
I didn't think she was put on any kind of register.
So yeah, I'd bet if it looked like her, it's probably a parent or a sibling maybe?
That's what I'd bet.
Second
Maybe.
cousin twice removed?
Could always be. Or, yeah, or it could still be her. You know, want to mess with any of this.
Steve just
Unfortunately,
on
we
later.
kind of made eye contact. I nearly
Yeah.
blasted her.
Something to think on later.
Yeah.
What we should probably be thinking on is what to do about the tower.
I will recount Operation Send in the Wyverns. Send in the Clowns.
Yeah, one issue with that
That
one
sounds
there.
tough.
Yeah.
I can't hold both of those spells at the same time.
Of course. Can I think of any bait that would get wyverns to attack a group of lizardmen? Oh wait, no. Shit, I've answered my own question. It's mating season and they've got eggs. I bet we could use a wyvern egg
Yeah.
to do that.
That
Yeah,
seems
that's
We'd have to take a
very
wyvern egg.
counterproductive to what we were.
Yeah, we'd have to
planning to
take
do
a
anyway.
wyvern egg from a matriarch's nest and then get it down to the lizard men so
Without-
that the matriarch attacks them without alerting the matriarch who is busy
Yeah.
taking care of her. That's maybe a bit too difficult.
I think you're thinking too hard on that one and overestimating our capabilities to do that.
Yeah.
Or why not something else?
Like,
It's mating
Yeah.
season, right?
Yeah. Do I
Mhm.
put on a
I'm
sexy
not
wyvern
gonna-
costume and try and catfish them?
I'm
Well, we
Fuck a
find one
wyvern.
female. Well, we
My
find
tail-
one female wyvern, and then take the pheromones that they can produce. You know, like a scent that they produce, with a little chemical enhancement, and then chuck it long.
Want to
That's
bomb the
long range.
lizardmen with a pheromone
That's
bomb?
not going to. That's just going to mean that the wyvern will come over and see that there are 100 lizard men and then fuck off again. It would
Or
need to
make
be a
them
way
fuck
to
the
actually
lizard.
encourage. Ugh.
Either way, I don't
Yeah,
necessarily
no,
think that sounds like the.
that's the
Rapper.
right move. We could look around the perimeter then and see if we can find another way in through a tower, through a tunnel or a cave, some kind of
Yeah.
secret wizard entrance.
Do you think the tower could have something like that?
Totally. This is a gigantic mountain and it's a huge tower and there are tunnels and veins and all sorts everywhere. I would be genuinely surprised if there weren't one somewhere. The hope is just that, you know, we find one unoccupied, or at least not occupied by many lizards.
Alright. I think that's our best bet. That's certainly one of the safer plans, I think.
If we can't find a way in, we can always try and figure something else out. Yeah, no, Tori, it would be a lot like trying to smear peanut butter on yourself, let's put it that way.
Ugh.
Wyverns are dumb as fuck.
I mean,
I mean, okay, yes,
Not
it would be
about
less.
to
It would
hit
be
me
less.
with the wyverns also have positive int like the Thunder Horse, are you?
No, they
So
have
the
they have
wyverns
6
have more than
They,
some of
intelligence.
the
they have
party.
six.
So
They have
Okay,
six.
alright, good.
So I guess it would be less like taking advantage of an animal and more like taking advantage of someone with like pretty severe retardation.
Yeah.
yeah,
Either
it's-
way, it's not really something you want to do. I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was hilarious that because for example Ursula, she was in intelligence-wise closer to an 8 than she was to her son
Yeah.
by like three times distance.
Hey, I
She
could
had
have
the Congo accent.
caused for a brief period before I retrained. I could have caused B to have lower intelligence than that.
I don't want to think about that. All right.
I could
So-
have gotten B down to 4 and just turned her into an actual puppy.
Right
Morph.
then. So,
Woof, woof.
finding tunnels near the
Fuck you,
top then?
Scooby-Doo.
Is that the
Yeah.
plan?
Let's give it a go. So it'd be a survival, and we'll skirt the outsides.
all right. So you're going to search the area around the tower for another entrance, correct?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that seems to be the plan, yeah.
Okay. So yeah, let's make this a skill challenge, shall we? Because there is a pretty significant amount of danger. The tribe is in the area. They do patrol it. There are stone giants and there are wyverns.
Makes sense.
Mhm.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Starting out, I think I'll actually ask for a stealth test from somebody. Because, again, like, there's just so many creaturioids out here.
Sure. I've got a stealth 5. Has anyone got better?
I do not, and
Arlene.
I have disadvantage on stealth. as
Yeah,
well.
Arlene.
So, yeah, we'll start off with Arlene doing her a stealth check. I think she will go ahead. Well, she has human inspiration, so it'll probably be fine, right?
Yeah.
Ugh.
It's gonna need it.
Yep. Oh, great.
Nice.
Okay, a lot better.
Discovery, the entrance.
No, it's only a 13, which is
Yeah.
pretty marginal.
Yeah. I was gonna suggest like with casting invisibility, but it probably wouldn't matter because it's kind of like a. For the
Well, it
entire
would have
group,
given her a
would've been-
crit, but
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I got the prepped.
Well, no, it's too late now for that because
yeah, it's too late
late
now.
for that
But
I kept quiet
Yeah,
about it. I
but-
was thinking like it wouldn't be enough for the entire group.
no, this is just one person at a time. So yeah, Arlene will creep around the edges of the camp and try and point out some of the patrol routes. But unfortunately, the rock here is not as stable as one might have hoped. And several times she leaves little scrabbling bits falling down into the cauldron in which this tower sits, stirring up some notice. More patrols begin to be sent out to investigate, especially since some lizards didn't come back yesterday.
Okay.
So,
All right.
as these groups of lizards begin to leave, what would you guys like to do?
What?
Could leave a distraction for them.
I was gonna say if I can see like an area, if like we can find an area that's likely to have stone giants, could I like use athletics to huck a rock at one as a patrol is going by it?
Yes, absolutely.
Ooh.
You can try and
That's not a
foster
bad one, really.
animosity between the locals.
Yeah.
Clever, clever. It's like I heard they called your wife fat. Huh? I mean, not fat enough. Ah!
Ugh.
Fucking charges into the fray.
Yeah, throw me an athletics check if you like. Oh, that's a good one.
Nice.
Pretty good.
Alright, yeah. From a hidden position, Tori is able to begin pestering some stone giants when the lizard folk are nearby, causing a number of fights to break out in the surrounding area. This certainly creates an opportunity that can be exploited, but how is up to you.
How many lizard men is it?
There's, as far as you can tell, there's probably around 100 living around this tower. And
How many have
maybe
gone towards the stone giant fight?
there's several fights breaking out. I think Tori's gonna have to spend like an hour getting different groups fighting to properly distract the patrols. But probably like 30 of them, so there's still 70 or so, but a bunch of those are women and children.
Yeah.
Not that you can really tell the difference between a male and female lizard
Can't
folk.
necessarily tell, but it's like you can probably see the ones with like the darker scales
the
of probably
prettier
the older
colours.
ones or the
Oh, wait, no,
brighter
the-
colors.
yeah,
Or
the-
the...
This is
prettier colours.
probably the time to like try and throw in and investigate to find like any tunnels that are not got people in them right now or something like that.
That works for me.
Yeah.
You investigate, you say?
Yeah.
Who has the highest?
Okay.
Almost
Probably
certainly
Steve.
I have a
Steve,
9.
Yeah, that'd be you then.
Yep.
And you've got Winston for yours, haven't you?
Nice.
20.
Alright. Steve, you are able to find several promising caves around the tower itself. Some of them are occupied. You bump into a few giant spiders, a few cave fishers, and one particularly surly pair of mated ogres and some ogre babies that are about Kate-sized. But there are a couple that seem unoccupied and fairly
If I
deep.
try to increase the value, would it help? Like say
No.
with a flash of genius.
You have passed. You're good.
Okay.
So there are some promising cave entrances, but there are a number of them, and they are all deep and dark.
Can we use survival to
Perhaps.
discern which one's more likely?
Yeah,
Makes sense
it
to
was
me.
that or animal handling to essentially get guidance from whichever animals are here. Like, are there any that lead to unnatural walls and doors? I feel like that would be quicker than a survival. I'm better at survival, but I think that asking an animal would get me faster results.
Makes sense to me.
Especially the spiders. For whatever reason, me and spiders get along pretty well.
Yeah.
Remember, you do need to
So,
mark off a VIT for animal speech if you would like to use that.
Is it not a spell slot?
Oh, yeah, or you could just use a spell slot, I suppose.
Yeah, I just
whichever.
take one of those off every morning.
Okay, works for me.
So as I've been doing so far, I feel like I use far fewer first level spell slots than I do vitalities, that's for sure. So yeah.
Works for me.
Bam! 24. Because it's animal handling in the mountains.
Ogie?
Nice.
Yeah, you are...
Making friends with the spiders, you know how I be.
Yeah. Alright, yeah, the spiders will tell you that they have seen deep, deep in one of these caves a solid ring of stone, sort of taking up part of the wall. Another spider, however, will suggest that there is a bubbling fountain of water that makes you feel very, very good when you drink it in another cave. And a third spider will suggest that there is, in a third cave, a very large statue, a person made of stone, it says, that dominates a chamber within, that is covered in strange symbols that it thinks are quite pretty.
Ooh. I mean, obviously, I know which one I want to check out most.
So
But
got
also,
it.
I feel that would be a very, very good clue to our stone sorceress. Thank the spiders very much for that. And I did make sure to refill my foods. I will give them a foods.
They shall take your food gratefully. You can just like place little chunklets in there to webbing for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, so which of these three options would you like to pursue?
Statue sounds very tempting to me.
I think statue's probably most likely. The
Yeah, sounds
Good
If
like
it's
spring
covered, if
water.
it's covered in runes, we could potentially read them, and if it's covered in
Yeah.
writing, you know, or I
the good
suppose
spring water
wizards could track
sounds
magic.
good, but like it's not the thing we need. And the only what was the other one? That was like a stone circle. Was the other
Yeah,
one?
stone circle in the wall, which does sound a lot like a hidden door.
yeah, that also could be it.
I think the
Both of
statue's a
those
good one to
sound
start
good
with.
Look at.
Yeah, I think the statue with the runes sounds most likely.
Yeah. Thank them again and head off that way.
Alright, so you can enter the chamber with the statue. This proves to be probably the deepest of the three, and it takes you 20-30 minutes to track your way all the way through this long and narrow catacomb. Poor Tori gets stuck a couple of times, but at this point, Ashe and Kate are quite used to getting out and pushing.
I have a question.
Yes.
Is it possible to do a nature or a survival check to cover our tracks in case there are, lizards that are gonna, look around?
A smart maneuver. If you would like to send Vale or Ashe to do so, you may.
I got bad news for you, Chief. I'm not good at either of those.
Good at which ones?
Survival.
Or stealth.
You're asking the two people
It's
that are not like
It's
either
not
of them.
stealth because they're in heavy armor, but survival maybe. I don't know.
Has Kate done a check yet?
You're looking at 0.
Nice.
Your NPCs have done their contribution.
Oh,
yes.
yeah, they did
are.
theirs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bugger.
Arlene did hers, but
Yes.
Kate didn't.
Yes, the NPCs as a whole are one.
Oh,
I am going. Yeah.
Giving you one
I-
blob for them.
Yeah.
Unless I
I'd
could use
be rawing it.
deception
You
somehow.
should probably just not try
Yeah,
in this case.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because screwing it up would be worse than not
And
doing
not
it at
doing
all.
it, yes. I think that is the case. So,
Okay.
you can press into the chamber here. I'm going to quickly pull something out for you.
Look out, it's something. He's got something.
I got something
he's putting
He's
out something.
whipping
He's
it
putting his
out.
cock out.
No.
right here on stream. No. As you get to what proves to be the bottom of this tunnel, you see that indeed there is a perfectly circular chamber with a domed ceiling, a dome of stone, which is covered in complex geometric runes. And in the center is a towering statue that has been painted in beautiful iridescent colors of dark skin, golden hair, black horns, elfin ears.
Oh,
Ooh, it's gorgeous.
Yes, this is a truly masterwork statue in what appears to be some sort of temple, perhaps? Those of you who have spell slots, which is, I think, everybody but Tori, in this particular party, you feel a sort of electric presence as you enter this room. A vibration in your very souls. There is a potent magic in this place.
Sure. Is it in nature to try and understand primal magic?
Yeah, I think so.
Great.
nice.
Alright. Yeah. You are standing in a, admittedly at this point, quite disused, but still very much intact, Nexial Loci. You are in a place
Ooh.
of power, and this chamber has been designed to tap into it.
Oh,
Okay. There has to be a
Good.
way into the tower from this locus.
One would think so.
think.
Put down an offering. Do any of you know what Saracina's favorite thing might be?
Dick?
Probably a
True,
tangible
bestie.
Probably a tangible gift. I can't
That
really.
sounds like a
hog up.
religion check.
I would wager probably children. She was earth and fertility, I believe, right?
Uh-huh. Maybe fruits and stuff.
Yeah, Saracina's favorite offerings were fertile soil and fertile animals.
Interesting.
Of course,
All
there
right,
are
we placed
some
Tori
certain
on it.
cults of Saracina that, Tori might have hit the jackpot on that. If you want to just come up and, show your fertility on the statue's feet, well, I'll certainly do something.
That'll probably delight the fuck out of
Hi,
her.
Saracina. Look, I got a bunch of babies. Some of which are from one of your daughters.
Oh yeah, shit.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah, that's right.
oh, pray to her, and maybe you
Yeah.
can actually get an answer.
Rage.
Given how fucking Saracina quoted Dory is, does she to roll?
Wow, I'm a
reflection?
bit worried about that because if Saracina does take a look, it's like, oh look, there's babies in here. Let's pop those out right now.
I don't think she would randomly endanger a shitload of children.
No, definitely not. Gardy is suspiciously quiet.
It's because he's typing.
Ah.
Presumably typing out damn Tory wishes. Oh, we're back in a couple minutes.
Tori,
Mhm.
when you finish typing that, saying that, you get a sensation, a mystical feedback from that. You feel almost compelled to kiss the statue upon the lips.
Huh?
And you're big enough you can actually reach it without too much awkwardness.
Smooch.
Alright. Enjoy your permanent +5 to fertility and virility.
Oh, for crying. Oh, dear.
So what type of bonus is this? Is this
That is just a flat,
It's a
untyped bonus.
permanent bonus.
So you're up to what? Plus
+7.
10?
Yay!
Oh yeah, I'm up to what is the broadstone? Where's the
The
It's in
Broadstone
hazards.
Waters
hazards?
are +5.
Hazard. Okay,
So
so
that's
with
just
with my piercings on, I'm now up to plus 11. Or no, plus 12 for the remainder of the Waterstone time.
GG.
Which means it is literally wait. Yeah, I would have to roll a 2, or no, I would have to roll a 1 in order to not knock somebody up or get knocked up right now.
Right.
As
I
long
take
as I
it.
roll at least a 2.
I take it that
Whew.
went well there. You look flushed.
Uh-huh. I think so. I'm going to be honest, I don't know if this will help our adventure, but man, do I feel good.
Any word on the assistance with anything else, or
Do I feel anything else?
Horny?
Eh? Let's just say
Well, you know,
if we run into anything that needs babies to get past us, I'll probably be pretty good.
Tori can't
right?
get more pregnant. We have to roll you down the mountain.
I can still do the giving. Oh, maybe it's not just the wyverns. Maybe there's something up here that wants babies.
Right.
yes.
I'll try like a small prayer Saracena here. Do I get like a similar feedback to try that, or
What are you doing, sorry?
I'll try a prayer for
I'd also
Serafina's
pray.
help in our assistance here.
You don't feel any particular compulsion.
Okay, good.
I'm welcome to
Right
pray
then.
to the altar, though.
So you said there's like a bunch of like runes and everything around, right? But that's just probably just to tap into the nexus. Now I think about it, that probably wouldn't give me anything with anything like that. Hmm.
I don't know if
Is that
this
me
Arlene.
is
trying to
or
get
in.
It makes her so much more powerful the more tit she has.
Arlene, what have you done?
Not that you know anything.
Not mean anything.
You.
You didn't see.
No, I know. We didn't see shit.
You didn't see shit. Maybe we have to all get blessed by the statue or something like that. Maybe that'll assistance. Certainly wouldn't hurt, I guess, right?
Why would we do that?
I mean, if you wanna.
Just spitballing ideas.
Well,
I was
like,
figuring we have a look around first and
I
see
mean-
if there is a way from this locus to the tower, or a circle, or
Out.
anything like that.
Out of character, there's no way she doesn't just give Ashe both parts.
Yeah.
Mm.
okay, no, but
I'm
like,
intending to have a big
still, I
family, but not
can
yet.
check around to see if there is any passage that's like, since everything is based on stone, it should be like a stone marker for coming down
Yeah, I guess you
or
can
anything.
check around.
I am going to spend a knack to make 21. A very nice little statue of Saraceno. I'll put that at the feet of this one.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. I figure that's something I can do while Steve's investigating the room.
Yeah.
I'll be right back again.
Going to roll that investigation then.
Mm.
22.
Okay.
I can see about bringing a tire if it's it would be good for you.
I don't know. Would it be? This isn't just the arbitrary pass-fail of the skill challenge. This is you doing something else. Okay.
There, 28.
Alright, so Steve, you've spent plenty of time with Thelia at this point. You're starting to get a real appreciation for stonework. There's a patch, roughly, I don't know, hypothetically door-sized, in the circular chamber here, that it doesn't look wrong, it doesn't look different per se, it just, there's less artistry that went into this stonework. It almost seems plainer.
Now, because of your accent, I'm going to ask.
Plainer, not planar. So the
Okay,
latter.
planar. Okay.
If it looked planar, that would be the runes above you glowing and like having a portal to the Feywild or something.
Or it could have been just a piece of rock stuck against, you know, the element
Yeah,
of chaos.
yeah, it could be a path to the Earth plane. True, homie, true.
Yeah. Hey, Theli. Miss
Skow
Theli.
just get up.
Yes, got
Oh.
I assume she'd check it out. Perhaps.
You know what? I will try for the Goddess' Blessing. Why not?
Sure. You too feel a rush of heat course through your body that pleasantly settles in your nethers. Enjoy your permanent +5 to fertility virility.
Cool.
Did
You know,
you
for when Ashe
do
gets butt
anything?
pregnant later.
What did you do?
Kiss a statue.
Is that it?
Yes.
She certainly isn't picky.
I guess it makes sense if she's the, fertility goddess of old. Gotta be indiscriminate.
I suppose that makes sense.
Jesus Christ.
Yes, Steve
Oh,
did point out
yes.
something.
You could get a rock pregnant.
Let's see who's not compatible with the stone giants.
Tori
Yes, I
took that
did
Yeah, my
personally.
fucking ass. Holy shit.
Goddamn, yes. And then, like, I will spend an admixture and a flash of genius just to fuck with that. And another d6. Nah, but anyway, so.
Right, 37 to fertility.
Yes.
Virility.
I discovered this. It just shows up this almost door-sized area of lesser decorated stonework, as almost like it was a planer bit of work. So could it be moved or maybe allowed to be disturbed? So
I will explore the stone with my stone exploring skills.
use stone explorer.
That looks like perfectly good standard stonework to you, Theli. Aside from the lack of artistry in this one particular section, it's utterly indistinguishable from the rest.
Interesting. I'm gonna try and disbelieve it.
Okay.
Why don't we try and push on it or push it in some direction?
This is the realest stonework you've ever seen, Theli.
Whoa.
Whoa.
If I tap on it, does it sound hollow?
Realist.
No?
Feels solid to me. I'm not sure. It might be that there was something here that got moved away, or this is a place where they like to make a portal, but I don't see anything.
Huh. Oh,
None of the runes and anything like that cover that area, right?
No, that's on the walls. The runes are all on the ceiling. Dome.
Okay, okay.
okay, I'm gonna. So it could be, well, illusion? Well, I'll see. Well,
Can
I'll try.
I try and push on it?
I'll
Yeah.
try to disbelieve first. Let's see if it goes.
Would you like an athletics for it?
Alright, Steve. You disbelieve the illusory wall. There is a staircase just behind this wall leading upwards.
Oh shit.
Whoa.
None of the rest of you see that,
Just-
mind you.
Okay. Okay, so like Steve just like psychic whoa power and then just
Quick, Steve. Dark Souls roll into it.
no just gets sucked into it. Just like, oh, tries to get out and just gets sucked in.
No, Steve.
He's been eaten by the
Wall's
wall.
attacking.
And just sticks his head out. No, it was a bit slippery. Sorry. Try to grab onto it.
Oh,
Careful.
can you pull me through? Because to me it looks completely real.
Oh,
I'll just like
okay,
hold
so
out a
just-
hand.
I'll go touch it.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna just start getting people in and
Thank
I'll
you.
just look at Tori and just look at the white and like getting the fucking baby oil here, going P Diddy on you.
Oh no.
It's smooth stone at least, so be glad for that. You're gonna slide, but
Smooth.
yeah, I'm gonna have to pull you in.
Alright. With some effort, you are able to pull Tori in and enter the Tower of Stone.
Oh.
Hey!
Stone Tower.
But I think we'll leave exploring the tower for next time.
Fair enough.
I'm afraid
Yay.
of burning my food, so I'm going to bounce
Yeah.
and disappear quite quickly.
Okay.
Bounce, bounce.
It was a quite fun and interesting session.
Yeah. Productive.
It was good.
I'm glad. So let's
Yeah,
do
let's-
XP.
Yeah.
So it is.
Think about-
Let's see.
Might have caught some shit because I've been coughing badly this entire day.
Ugh. I'll be get over it.
Yeah, but I'm not feeling that
It's a
the
20.
like the lung restricting and tickling thing of like pneumonia. So
So just a
and yeah, no, that's just something that makes me cough.
Hmm.
I actually jettisoned my photo vent.
So, did you explore a new interesting location? Yeah, you went
Yep.
to
Yeah.
2 whole new settlements.
yeah.
Did
Mhm.
you discover an interesting truth about the world?
Yeah, we found an actual locus.
Yeah.
Yeah, you discovered the
Yeah.
location of an Axial locus. Did you advance or complete a quest? Yeah, you saved Ingo.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Did you protect the people of Iona from a deadly threat? Yes, those lizards were going to
Yeah.
fucking eat him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you instigate lasting change in the world at large or the life of a companion?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
the Saracena fucking
yeah, that's
statue
true.
just titted up Arlene some
Both-
more, made her
Hey,
more
It didn't.
powerful.
It didn't
And
tit her up. It
Arlene.
just gave her permanent +5 fertility,
Yeah.
which as a
nice.
Mithrin is pretty nice for her.
Very
Yeah.
nice.
That is.
It works for.
Oh yeah.
It would be
Fuck
easy
it,
for her
okay.
to have a family, so yeah.
Alright, 5 XP, everybody.
Nice.
So
167.
167.
Nice.
Alright, I got to bounce. Thank you very much for running. It was fun.
Yeah.
See ya.
Yeah.
See
Alright,
you.
if you're watching on the stream or YouTube, I hope you enjoyed. We will see you on Thursday for Warhammer. Until then, adios and do take care.